crazy. I was like, so you can tell me Whole Foods and Sprouts get food from the farmer's market up the street? That's where all they food come from. These same stores that you ride past, how much you going to Whole Foods and getting good with. You like, they just got it from the same spot. You just roll past.
That should be all about how is it packaged.
Right, bro. That's what Babylon about. The perception.
Even I go in the store and I was like, damn, that look like it's healthy. It looked like it's healthy.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's laws, presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing his business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, his goodness he given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I'ma leave, ain't no Haitian. Let's ride, yo, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's laws, presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey.
Hey. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's laws, presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing His business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He giving. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The Spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Let's ride yo my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black. I am Israel, that's a fact. My spirit bear witness, I'm dismissing Christmas. Encounter a Christian, God's work up with quickness, reviving the sickness. Asking for patience and asking forgiveness. I'm doing this business until it's the finish. His work keep me driven, His goodness He given. Hey, hey, hey.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Build up your patience, hear out the words that I'm speaking in cadence. I just opened up the book of the truth, flipping the pages, looking for salvation. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been praying we make it. I've been praying we make it. And I just been busy converting my mind. The Most High is showing you wonders and signs. Seek out the wisdom and surely you'll find the key to the gates of the greatest of times. Yeah. The spirit on me while I'm rhyming these rhymes. Turn from your sin and repent of your crimes. Endure to the end, keep your faith and you're fine.
We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
Hey. Hey.
Hey. We the real Jews, no faking. I believe ain't no Haitian. Israel, my nation. Christ coming back, be patient. Patient, 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 patient.
We long suffering, that mean we patient. We recovering. Awake the nation, change your mind, transformation. Present God's lost presentation. Only way you get salvation. Christ gave us the demonstration. I ain't Haitian, I ain't black.
Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Preach the truth.
Ain't black.
We here to preach the truth. Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Preach the truth.
Shalom, 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 Israel, shalom. Most High in Christ bless, Most High in Christ bless. Welcome to Patient Saints Radio. Radio. We have Bishop Nathaniel in the building.
We hype today.
Thank you for having me.
We hype today.
Shalom Israel, I'm Deacon Malachi.
Captain Shemaiah.
Captain
Amaziah.
He's Captain Amaziah.
I was.
Officer Solomon.
Officer Carmella.
Officer Jerry
Hold on,
Ham.
wait. I'm supposed to say with guests featuring Officer Jerry Ham, just Ham.
And
You're
Solomon
supposed-
too.
Who's supposed to say that? You?
And you a guest. You a guest.
Come
too,
on, man.
With guest star.
Come on, man. The people know me from Patient Saints, man.
Guest
Sixth
feature.
man of the year, man.
Guest featuring.
Yeah, this brother goes.
Guest featuring with Officer Solomon.
Oh boy.
That's right. That's the kind of day it's gonna be.
Hey, Cap, I think we should start rotating these young men as guests, bro.
You think so?
Yeah.
Especially the single ones, right?
Yes.
Hey, matter of fact, Solomon, get off the stage.
Solomon.
Live on the air like that.
Solomon is married. Johan is married. Hey, this brother right here got some nerve, man. Johan. This morning he's talking about, hey, where's my headset? No.
Guests don't get no headset.
Guests don't get no
How
headset.
the hell Solomon get a headset?
You gotta hear out. You see, he got a
Hey, bro,
retarded
they
one.
I got the
Hey,
JVC joints.
Nobody cough up here because right now you might have went to a Chinese restaurant or something.
Oh, damn.
Everybody
No.
coronavirus.
Yeah, you looking suspect right now, bro. So my switch is
You gotta watch the.
Guests should be treated
You gotta watch the Gadite that
good
might be Ammon.
hospitality.
You know what I'm saying?
Guests should be treated with what?
Might be
good
Ammon.
hospitality.
According to the class last name.
You here by default.
Hey, nah,
the
I
hell
used to
is wrong
play.
with this brother?
I realized I was a slave because Bishop pulled out a game that I grew up playing. They call it hide the switch. We call it hot peas and butter. When you hide this, I said, I knew it. I knew it. It was a slave game.
that was a slave game.
I didn't know it was a slave game. It was hot peas and butter. We used to play that game every day.
Come and get your supper. Oh yeah.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
You was, bro, they put you on. Didn't they put God on?
Him with the old uncle.
You played that?
My daddy abandoned me, so I lived with my Judah mama. So I did all Judah slave games.
Somebody play Confession Corner music. 'Cause
Hey, you notice that God haven't give word of the day for a minute.
oh yeah, it's been a minute, man.
Bro, isn't that why in the first place we invite him to be in that show?
Yeah.
So since there's no more days, since
no word of the day.
there's no word of the day, so we're running out. So there's no reason to keep him in the show.
There is absolutely no reason.
to keep him in the show no more.
Everybody's getting cut today, bro.
It's a fire sale, bro. They get rid of everything.
Hey, you might be here through affirmative action, man. We gotta have a Northern King.
One
here,
Northern King.
so-
Yeah. I forgot about that.
Your affirmative action higher.
They're gonna say we racist if we don't have a Northern Kingdom in here, man.
yeah, it might be the reason you're here, bro.
Yep.
Say you Judah, we'll leave you on the show.
Hey, Cap, listen. We want people to call today, especially your stinkies who don't take showers.
Damn.
If you don't take shower, we want you to call, explain why you don't take a shower.
Damn.
Explain.
And you don't have to say your name.
You don't have to say your name. Explain why you hate water. Some of you sisters,
I'm
your
allergic.
husband. Some of you sisters, we got emails. You complain your husband to take a shower,
Yes.
and he get in the bed talking about, are you ready?
You want a friend?
You want the friend? You stinky.
They had them boots on all day. Them
Hey, you know when you take your socks, so they peel off and be crackling and stuff.
leaving that lint on your foot.
Sound like you crumbling a bag of potato chips, taking off your socks.
Like, why this?
Terrible.
And then you got the nerve to tell her when she complained. You got the nerve to say, "Hey, this is what you signed for." No. She did.
Damn.
There you go.
Somebody got some funky feet.
She did not sign to marry you, stinking behind.
You right there with your feet.
If you're not taking no shower, call us. Live on the air, we're gonna help you with the shower. Hey, by the way, you know we truck drivers. When you stop at this truck stop, the shower costs $11.
I heard y'all have to cover y'all shoes.
Come again?
I heard truck drivers
stop
have to
talking about things you don't know nothing about, man. What the hell are you
I
talking
heard
about?
truck drivers have to cover their shoes.
What you mean cover their shoes? From what?
Cover
They
your
had-
feet.
Yeah, cover your feet.
From what?
When y'all had to use the bathroom in the truck.
Oh, you tripping?
What's wrong with this guy?
What this man talking about?
Bathroom in the truck.
Right here, man.
He trying to get cut for real.
Yeah.
For real.
What's wrong with this brother
Y'all
right
be
here,
in
man?
them trucks. Ain't no shower everywhere y'all at in that truck all day.
Damn.
Bro, you could take a shower when you want to.
Yes, you
Put it
can.
like
What is-
that.
what
Bro,
is
you
wrong
ain't
with this
taking no
brother?
shower in the middle of I-85. Stop. stop. You
What?
There's a truck stop.
What is wrong with this brother?
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
Yo, you ever been a truck driver, bro?
I don't believe it.
You ever been a truck driver,
Have you
bro?
ever been a truck
I
driver?
done been in a car before.
Have you ever been a truck driver?
I done drove in a car more than 12 hours.
I guarantee you don't look for half of the things you're gonna look for when you drive a truck.
I'm about to apologize to our listeners right now. Before I'm about to say, brothers and sisters who listening right now, excuse me, bro, shut your ass up.
I used to work at the truck stop. I know what them trucks smell like. Damn. Esau used to be in them trucks. Stink.
What's wrong with this brother?
I used to work at the truck stop. I know.
Bro, what is wrong with this brother?
I used to work at a TV.
Every single truck stop there is shower there. What's wrong with you?
Deke, Northern Kingdom, Gad, Silly Dove.
Hey, you gotta get between
now you
them
see
truck
why
Silly Dove.
You see now I call them good brain.
Cap, it's a lot of miles in between them truck stops. They don't want to act.
No, it's not.
What's wrong with this guy?
Y'all ain't stopping every 5 miles to take no shower. Y'all riding the whole
Why
day.
would you stop every 5 miles? Who stop every 5 miles to take a shower?
There you go. So y'all ride like 13 hours. Y'all be
Carmela.
baking in
Carmela,
there.
you lost.
Man, I know y'all.
He said you driving 13 hours and be baking.
See in the truck.
Man,
Bro, let me tell you something.
baking
Let
in
me
them
tell you
trucks.
something. Let me tell you something. I rather drove a truck 24 hours than drove a car for 13 hours.
Wow.
Most
It's a
definitely.
big difference.
Wow.
The comfortability is big difference.
That ain't got nothing to do with you getting out and washing, no.
Brother, listen. When you drove from here to New York, how many hours is that? That's 13,
Like
14
14
hours,
hours.
right? Did you stop in the middle of that 14 hours to take a shower? Then shut the hell up.
Y'all stop in the middle of
What's
them
wrong with this
14
brother?
hours to take a shower.
What is wrong with this brother?
Carmelo.
Bruh.
I think after that one, you're kind of done.
You could take a shower when you want to.
I'm saying, but do you?
Yeah. What
You stop
mean?
in like 14 hours to shower?
If I need a shower, yes.
I done heard
Hey,
that.
so-
Oh,
Hey,
God. Somebody help this brother out, man.
I'm just saying. I know y'all be stinking.
Bro, wait a minute. Now I'm getting pissed.
Deke,
Wait a minute.
Deke,
Did he from the trouble of God?
Deke, he trying to make you do that. That's why.
Didn't he try to from the trouble of God, right?
Yeah, that's why I said Gad,
Bro,
Silly Dove.
then Esau put them in the reservation. There's no them water in the reservation.
That's why I lived in the projects. It was better.
I don't know about this brother, man.
I think Gad, he was threatened to be kicked off, so he's trying to make it. He's trying to go out with a bang.
I'm going out with a bang on this one.
What is wrong with God? Anyway, the point is, somebody asked, what is the point? Who's that? Brother Judah Israel say, what is the point? Okay. The point is, put the article up. The point.
We have a phone call too.
Oh, there's a phone call?
Yep.
Somebody's not taking a shower?
Okay.
Put the caller on. I want to find out who's Israel who's not taking a shower.
Shalom caller, what's your name, question, comment?
Hey, I'm Darren, man. I'm a truck driver. I'm driving down the road right now, but I want to give the brother a little education on that truck.
Bring it up.
Bro, bring it up for God, man.
We can take a shower any time of the day, anywhere in America.
Hey, your phone is cutting off. I cannot hear. What is this?
He said you could take a shower anywhere in America,
Any time of the day.
any time of the day.
Yeah.
Any time of the day, anywhere you feel you can stop in and you can stop and take a shower just like that.
Thank you, brother.
Probably a better shower than you get at home.
Damn.
Now, see, I'm not debating that y'all have the
You
ability
were debating
to,
that. What
no,
are you talking
not
about?
the ability to do it.
No.
I'm saying, do you do it?
Oh, here we go.
Oh Lord.
Hey, people got houses and they ain't washing their behind.
Bro, they got trucks with showers on them, bro. What are you talking
I'm
about?
not debating.
You know there is truck with showers in them. You know,
I'm
right?
not debating that you can. I'm saying, do you?
Yes.
So I hope everyone enjoys Gad's last appearance on Patient Saints. Because it's looking like a firing is gonna happen sometime today. Just so you know.
But anyway,
I just wanted to put that out there. I thank all the work y'all doing. I am never going to say nothing to the bishop. The bishop, hey, how you doing? He's doing the good work. All y'all doing the good work.
All praise to the Most High.
hey,
Thank you for your call.
because
bro.
we got brothers online who said, "What is the point of this? What we're talking about? This is what we're talking about." I'm looking at brother Judah.
Shalom, bro.
Brother
Shalom.
Judah say, "Hey, what is the point?" I don't know how many of you been look at the news. In the news, there's a so-called Jewish Amalek family who get kicked out of American Airline because they were stink. They didn't take no shower. So they're suing for discrimination. Listen, Being stink is not discriminate. It's called hygiene. So now they're suing American Airlines saying that they were discriminated against because they were smell. How the hell you discriminate because you were smell? That makes no sense. So who the hell want to sit next to, especially on a plane where you cannot hold up no windows?
you can't let the breeze go.
You cannot let the breeze. Exactly. Who the hell want to sit to some stinky for hours in a plane?
The smell is offensive to me.
Yeah, it is.
Very.
Hey, Bishop, I think you was with. Remember when we was coming from Nigeria? No, it wasn't Nigeria. Sierra Leone. Remember in the plane, they put some spray. They walked with because it was smell so bad.
Stewardess would walk with 2 cans of Lysol and go down the whole plane because of the smell.
Because of the smell.
Dang,
Nobody. Listen. I don't know how anybody who wanna sit in a plane for hours smell some funky behind, especially Esau. Esau stink. When Esau stink, that double stink.
Smell like what? Wildebeest?
Hey, I don't wanna say this. I don't know. I can't believe I'm about to say this. I went to pick up a load 2 weeks ago. I'm a truck driver. I went to pick up a load 2 weeks ago. I walked inside what you call it? I walk inside to sign in to tell them to pick up the load. Bro, inside that little room was smell. When I say smell, I saw 2 Esau standing there. The lady that was doing the paperwork, she's behind the glass. She's Jake, and she's covering her nose. And keep in mind, there's a window. There's a little thing where you put the paper through. So the smell went she can smell it.
Damn. Went over the wall.
And when I look at there's this big fat Esau standing there. He was the one. And I went to the window. I'm like, is it me or do you smell this? She said, yeah. And they come out spray, but that thing still, bro. 10 minutes later after Esau left, they won't become normal again. So he was, truck driver. When I say smell, pig pen. Well, anyway, I kind of agree with Gad. A lot of truck drivers, they don't really take showers like that. And how do you tell? Because when you go pick up these loads, you be like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this guy? And you can smell him.
You can smell it.
If you can smell him, that means he can smell himself.
No, he can't smell himself.
You're accustomed to the smell.
Yeah, he used to it.
Can I get a script real quick?
About the stinky smell?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Let's go to 2nd Maccabees.
Stankin'.
Big stank self.
Stank on you. Outkast new album coming out and the truck stop near you. 2nd Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 9.
2nd Maccabees chapter 9 and verse 9. So that the worms rose up out of the body of this wicked man, and whilst he lived in sorrow and pain, his flesh fell away, and the filthiness of his smell
of his what?
Of his smell was noisome to all his army.
His entire army couldn't stand the stench of Antiochus when the Most High smote him with an invisible, incurable disease. His flesh was falling away. Read verse 12, I think it is.
Verse 12.
10.
Oh, verse 10, yes.
I'll just keep going. Verse 10.
Good, Bishop.
And the man that thought a little afore he could reach to the stars of heaven, no man could endure to carry for his intolerable stink. Here, therefore, being plagued, he began to leave off his great pride and to come to his knowledge of himself by the scourge of God, his pain increasing every moment. Verse 12. And when he himself could not abide his own smell.
So he couldn't stand his own
stink. He cannot stand it.
You know, your mama used to say, you smell you before anybody else smells.
Right. So this is hey, listen, this is a lesson of the nations. We didn't even get into the article yet, but it's also a lesson for Israel as well.
Yep. Hey, we got Bishop got email where sisters complain about their husband don't take no shower. He's not only Esau. Some Israel got Esau spirit. Damn. Because they shot the stinking. That's an Esau spirit.
Baloney butt.
Damn.
I can't with this guy. I don't know. Who checked Gad's application when he applied to be on the show?
Deacon.
Who signed off on that?
Verse 12. And when he himself could not abide his own smell, he said these words, "It is meet to be subject unto God, and that a man that is mortal should not proudly think of himself as he were God."
So he couldn't stay. That's the point. He could not stand his own smell. Dang. So it's to the point where verse 10 tells you, verse 9 says it was noisome to his army. Now the army is a large number of men. Yeah. Everybody smelt his stink.
Like the general come and play dead.
Hey, put the article up. Gad, you want to read it?
I got you.
Officer, you want to read it?
Jewish family who were kicked off a flight for having extreme.
Don't we have a picture of them? Damn, you know.
right
Yeah, here you go.
Oh,
here
she
you
looks
go.
like she stink.
Oh yeah, hey, listen.
The
Remember the history on them. Remember the history on the Amalek.
Yes.
When they're in the Kakis Mountain, they don't.
We got the article. We got it.
Oh, you got it?
Deacon, we got it. Yeah, in the book, we got it. We're gonna read it.
Okay. All right. Hey. Go back down. Go ahead.
All right. Jewish family who were kicked off a flight for having extremely offensive body odor are suing American Airlines for discrimination. And there you go. An Orthodox Jewish couple who were removed from an American Airlines flight over their body odor last year are now suing for discrimination.
American Airlines should have sued them.
Yep.
For coming there stinking the whole place up.
Read the next line. Read the first 3 words.
Yehuda Yosef Adler.
You lying devil, you.
Judah over here.
You ain't Judah.
Judah Joseph Adler.
And his wife Jeannie. And his wife Jeannie are seeking unspecified damages in the suit filed in the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of Texas, Houston Division.
I think what we're gonna do, Bishop. Any of your Israelites who come in one of our congregations think you're gonna sue you.
Damn. I bet you in the lawsuit it states they're suing for anti-Semitism. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. No, it's anti-stink.
Right.
That's what it is.
Anti-stinkatism?
Yeah, that's what it is. Right. But they throw that trigger word around to get their way in court. Now, watch them probably get the money.
Yeah, they probably
get the money.
Because the judge will be Amalek, so I feel your pain.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they'll say things like, "Yes, this is the same way that we were treated in Germany,
right?
And Hitler and."
They got some
Look,
highlights.
the airline said multiple passengers complained. So it's blocking. I can't see the word.
Scroll it a little bit, officer. No, that ad on the right side, the Facebook ad. There. Yeah. The airline said multiple passengers complained about Mr. Adler's body odor. The decision was made out of concern for the comfort of our other passengers.
Wait, go above that. Look what it says, the gate agent.
The gate agent made disparaging and derogatory statements telling the Adlers that he knew that the Orthodox Jews bathe once a week. Wow. I know y'all don't wash out this for once a week.
Wow. Need to wash your ass, boy.
I wash on Sundays because I can't do it on the Sabbath.
I've seen them in Brooklyn. I've seen them in the Bronx. And I believe it 100%. Okay,
and there's history on that thing.
Yes. I know, Bishop. I know you're gonna bring out the heaviness of that thing.
Yeah, there's a book. I have a book at home. It's a book about advertising.
Yes.
The book it's actually the book is explaining how, for example, the book is explaining about, like, let's say soap, how the companies that make soap, they wasn't selling them. So this guy, he come with an idea how to make white people take a shower, because back then they used to take a shower almost every month or every other month. So you ever see the commercial that said Zest Fully Clean?
Yeah.
The guy come with that idea. He said, you know this in the commercial, when they got to take a shower, he look happy as hell.
Yeah. Sliding and stuff.
There's a guy, he don't know come with that idea. He said, okay, I got a way to make to help your company sell the soap. Since the people only take a shower every month, let's come up with an idea for them to take a shower every day. So what he come up with was that commercial.
Well, they sliding and zipping.
Yes, you see them. He take the shower. As soon as he take the shower, he's happy. He's sliding out. There's a guy who come up with it. So the book is explaining how people come up with those ideas for advertising. The ideas. One of them was is a guy who come up with the idea. Put the eggs, like when you go to the store, the eggs is way in the back. The eggs and the milk, because people use eggs and milk every day. So he said, do not put the eggs and the milk in front of the store. Put it way in the back. For example, so you have to walk. Your wife say, hey babe, don't forget bring a gallon of milk. So guess what? You have to walk to everything else to pick up that gallon of milk.
You might grab some milk.
Yes, but you know what end up happening? You end up grabbing more than the gallon of milk. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of putting the milk and the eggs on the back. So this guy come up with that idea how to take a shower every day. So he show you in the commercial, when he started to shower, he shows all happy, jumping up and down. That's how he start taking a shower. But back then he used to take a shower every month.
Well, in the history, it talks about that thing. If we could put that, because they'll try to say, right now they're watching, and they'll say, oh, these guys are anti-Semite. No, we are Semites.
Right.
And the article is fact-checking the filth of you people. Now look at the article, a book written by Arthur Koestler.
Bring it out.
This guy was so-called Jewish, and they murdered him and his wife. I forgot that CIA group that, what are they called?
The Rocha.
No, not them. It's the so-called Jewish ones.
Yeah.
They got a CIA group amongst them. But Arthur Koestler researched his history, and he found out that all these European Jews extend from the Guz Empire, the Khazar Empire that lived between like 965 AD, around there. And they lived around the Caucasus Mountains. Now in it, let's go to the page. I want to thank Officer Nehemiah who got me this edition. On page 39, if we can zoom in on that, see the paragraph right there. Can we zoom in closer so Gad can read that? So this isn't us saying, this is a white man saying this about his own people, historically. Go ahead.
Accustomed to the splendid baths of Baghdad, one traveler could not. Our traveler could not get over the dirtiness of the Turks.
Now the Turks was so-called white people. Go ahead.
The Guz do not wash themselves after defecating or urinating.
So the Guz is a family of the Khazars. Go ahead.
Nor do they bathe after seminal pollution.
Like in Leviticus, it says after you
see the copulation,
you're supposed to bathe.
Wash
so
yourself.
These people, not only did they not bathe after defecating, that means taking a crap. Even when after sex, they didn't wash themselves. Go ahead.
After seminal pollution or on other occasions, they refuse to have anything to do with water, particularly in the winter.
Water is the enemy.
Too cold to wash. Man.
Water is the enemy.
She just walk around dripping. Oh, that's hard.
Hey. Go ahead.
Dang. Even particularly in the winter, when the Guz commander-in-chief took off his luxurious coat of brocade to don a new coat, the mission had brought him. They saw that his underclothes were fraying apart from dirt. For it is their custom never to take off the garment they wear close to their bodies until it disintegrates.
You see this?
Yeah. Damn.
You see? So what the agent said in the article about them not bathing, this is history. Yes. Go ahead.
Yeah. Another Turkish tribe, the Banskers, shave their beards and eat their lice.
This is talking about them. Go ahead.
They search the folds of the undergarments and crack the lice with their teeth.
Damn.
When Ibn
Faddan watched a Bashkir do this, the latter remarked to him, They are delicious.
Meaning the lice. So this is not anything that we're saying on our own. Now, watch what the Bible backs this up. Get that in Job 30.
Yeah.
What Job 30 is talking about is European ancestry in the Caucasus Mountains. That's what they call themselves, Caucasian. So you had the Guz, you had the Khazars who converted to Judaism. All right. This is about 965 AD. Okay. And they were used to stem off the fight against Islam. Read that, Job 30 and verse 1.
The book of
This
Job,
is about during the Dark Ages. Go ahead.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 1. But now, they that are younger than I.
Now, they that are younger than I, meaning less than us, because we are the heirs of God. We're God's firstborn. Go ahead.
Have me in derision, whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Job said this particular group of people he's making mention of, which is during the Dark Ages, this is prophetic. He said, I wouldn't want them to sit with the dogs of my flock. That's how vile they are. Right?
Yea, whereto might the strength of their hands profit me, in whom old age was perished.
They have no use to me. Go ahead.
For want and famine, they were solitary.
So for lack and famine, that means food, they were solitary because they were desolate. Read.
Fleeing into the wilderness in former time, desolate and waste.
You see that? Fleeing into the wilderness in former times. We forced them up to the Caucasus Mountains. That's where they were at. Go ahead.
Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. They were driven forth from among men.
We chased them like they stole something. So it says they were driven forth from among men. That's when you look at those old icons of Europe. You see black images all throughout there. Why? What happened to the white folks? We drove them forth into the wilderness, talking about in the Caucasus Mountains. Go ahead.
They cried after them as after a thief.
That's how we dealt with them. We cried after them as after a thief. Go ahead.
To dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in caves of the earth.
That's the Caucasus Mountains of Georgia, Russia. That's what this book, the 13th tribe, is about. And it tells you that these people migrated down to Poland, Czechoslovakia, Germany. They migrated down. This is after they converted to Judaism. Read.
And in the rocks, among the bushes, they braid.
That's what we were just reading here. Wearing underwear and all that, eating lice from the folds of their drawers and all that nasty ass. Excuse me. Filth. Excuse my language. I'm sorry.
Asses in the Bible, Bishop.
Oh yes, you're right. Go ahead.
Under the nettles, they were gathered together. They were children of fools.
You said under the nettles they were gathered together. You ever hear this term called the caucus? We're having a caucus. All that stems from them gathering together in the Caucasus Mountains. They just use it in political terms now. We're having a caucus.
Yeah.
And nobody asks, well, what do you mean? What is this term caucus? Oh, it's a gathering. Yeah, because they were gathering together under the nettles like you just read there. Go ahead.
They were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
This is what God is saying about them. They are viler than the earth, children of the lowest type of men. That's why we didn't want to deal with them. But because of Islam was growing so huge during the Middle Ages, the Dark Ages, we were forced to have them convert to use them as part of our military. And what they ended up doing, helping to overthrow us. That's what happened. Did you finish that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, that was it.
No, go ahead, Cap.
The CIA, Mossad, right?
Mossad. That's it. They killed Arthur Koestler and his wife and said it was a suicide. Because he put this book out and he was challenging them to prove their ancestors. He said, we're not the Jews of the Bible. And that's what this whole book is about. And they're trying to ban this book, the 13th tribe.
Hey, I posted a video on the Facebook page. It's a TV show. I was trying to look for this other show, man, because as we talking about it, made me think about it. And on the show, Esau, they was bathing in the like the forest.
Alaskan bush people.
You know the clip I'm talking about?
I just sent it to him.
Okay, all praises. Well, we're gonna have two of them there.
Hey, I believe also we have a call too.
We do?
We still got a call?
We have a call?
Oh, they hung up. Dang.
Oh, you hung up?
Yep, that's it. That's the one I was looking for. And then there's another one I posted up under it. But go ahead.
Brown Town.
That's the name.
Yeah, Brown Town. I used to watch that show before I came in the truth. I was like, hey, I like to watch these wild.
Bro, I was over here going crazy trying to find
the rest of the family wakes up and begins their morning cleaning.
Anywhere you have a bar of soap and water, you can get clean. And for us, the best place for that is the creek. It's always been a family ritual to help each other get clean.
Stop it. Hey, you see this thing right here? You see them with the bar of soap just rubbing it on their skin? Nasty brothers and sisters out there doing that stuff. You don't use no damn wash. You don't use no washcloth, no scrub. Nasty.
My man says a family ritual to help each other bathe.
It's a ritual.
But here's the thing. The crack area and the frontage is still in the jeans.
Ain't get none of that.
He ain't even washing his feet, Cap. He got boots on still.
Damn.
Yo, bro,
so
this
it's like
is
it's like the death angel comes out of that thing when you unzip that pants.
Hey, you know what's crazy about
Everybody
their family?
dies.
All the women had rotten teeth. Like
Yes.
all them.
Every one of them.
All their teeth was rotten out.
All of them.
You need to wash your ass, boy.
And brush your teeth. Drink some of that river water. Do something.
Damn. Hey, hit play.
Oh, you want me to shave you?
Did I miss a spot?
A little further, right there.
I don't want a bun.
I am a big help when it comes to Gabe. Gabe and I do have a special relationship like that.
Give me pigtails. It's not gonna be.
Even if someone's having a bad hair day, I try and do my best. That mirror, Gabe. Don't need to know how you look.
I never thought of anything about hanging a mirror on a tree and say that's where you can't hang it. That's where.
Well, you know, as you, I don't know if it's me, man. You have to be the most. You have to be well pissed. Yeah. You have to be well pissed with your kids to put Esau over them. Yeah. Most I got is pissed. Esau is the most disgusting people on the planet Earth, and most I got put them over the most righteous people on the planet Earth. Yeah. You have to be. You have to listen. You have to be one of the. Oh God.
Hey.
Is it me or all of them look retards?
In that house?
Hold on.
You talking about in that house? Like they was all like the mom and the daddy?
They all look like a bunch of retards.
Inbred.
Yeah, they look
I was about to say they've probably been marrying each other.
I mean, I don't want people to say, "Oh yeah, I'm using the word retards," like you know. But Esau look like a bunch of retards.
You can use that for Esau. You good?
Absolutely.
When you look at him, you're like, damn, this is the man most I got put over us. This is some.
Your daddy got to be mad at you to do that to you, boy. Like, you know what?
Hey, Deke, watch this one. Play that joint.
Started for the. Where we starting from?
This looks like you had a good time. You smell good. We just go find your dad. If I can get something for free, I'd rather do that any time than shelling out $1.
They use the same.
My family and I are so cheap that we all share one tub of water a day. We don't have to use whenever that dirty. It just makes sense to use the same water. I'm Melody Rose, and I'm a hillbilly cheapskate.
So let me get this straight. So they fill out the tub. So all of them take their water in this shower in the same
bath shower.
Nah, they ain't shower. They sitting in that. That's like a crock pot. That's like,
So they're doo-dooing that.
All his behind phone. He just washed his hair with it.
Hey, can we read the back of? I just want to read the back of this book. Can we zoom in on it so Gad can read it? Right there. Zoom in. So people know that this is not our sayings. This is a so-called Jewish man wrote this. Go ahead, read that, guy.
This book traces the history of the ancient Khazar Empire, a major but almost forgotten power in Eastern Europe, which in the Dark Ages became converted to Judaism. Khazaria was finally wiped out by the forces of Genghis Khan.
Stop. Genghis Khan was a so-called white man. He was not Chinese. He was not Japanese, although the history, they try to show that. When you research this guy, he was Amalek. That's who he was, so-called. He became a so-called Jewish guy. That's his whole, and they absorbed them. That's what he did. Go ahead.
But evidence indicates that the Khazars themselves migrated to Poland and formed the cradle of Eastern Jewry. Western Jewry.
Right. Go ahead.
To the general reader, the Khazars, who flourished from the 7th to the 11th century, may seem infinitely remote today, yet they have a close and unexpected bearing on our world, which emerges as Mr. Kostler recounts the...
You know what? They have an unexpected bearing on our world because they run everything now. The media, everything. Go ahead.
Mr. Kostler recounts the fascinating history of the ancient Khazar Empire, a major but almost forgotten power in Eastern Europe. At about the time that Charlemagne was emperor in the West, the Khazars...
And Charlemagne was black, and we got his pictures too. Go ahead.
The Khazars' sway extended from the Black Sea to the Caspian, from the Caucasus to the Volga, and they were instrumental in stopping the Muslim onslaught against
Byzantium. This because we had to convert them because Islam was coming through that route to come attack our empires. So we had to get them on our side. This is the history that's going into. Go ahead.
The Muslim onslaught against Byzantium, the eastern jaw of the gigantic pincer movement that in the West swept across northern Africa and into Spain.
Right.
Thereafter, the Khazar found themselves in a precarious position between the two major world powers of the Eastern Roman Empire in Byzantium and the triumphant followers of Muhammad.
Right.
As Mr. Kostler points out, the Khazars were the third world of their day. And they chose a surprising method of resisting both the Western pressure to become Christian and the Eastern to adopt Islam. Rejecting both, they converted to Judaism. In the second part of this book, The Heritage, Mr. Kostler speculates about the ultimate faith of the Khazars and their impact on the racial composition and social heritage of modern Jewry.
Modern day Jews. That's what he's talking about, right?
He produces a large body of meticulously detailed research in support of a theory that sounds all the more convincing for the restraint with which it is advanced. Yet, should this theory be confirmed?
Oh, it's confirmed by the Bible.
That's
Go ahead.
right.
The term anti-Semitism,
Right, because that's the trigger word that they use to get you not to tell the truth about them. Go ahead.
the term anti-Semitism will become void of the meaning since
would become void of meaning.
Would become void of meaning since Mr. Kostler
as Mr. Kostler writes.
Since as Mr. Kostler writes is based on a misapprehension shared by both the killers and their victims.
You see that? Shared by both the killers, they're the killers, and the victims. Go ahead.
The story of the Khazar Empire, as it slowly emerges from the past, begins to look like the most cruel hoax which history has ever perpetrated.
Right. Go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Dang.
So now they're gonna say we're anti-Semitic.
So what he's saying is, there's an old say: the biggest trick the devil ever pull is to make the world believe he don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's the white man.
Yeah.
Make the world believe they're not the devil, but they are the devil. That's what he's saying.
Can we get that in Revelation 2:9? Right. So that y'all understand, this is all what we're going over or saying is strictly biblical. It has nothing to do where they did something personal to either one of us, because that's where people go, oh, they must have did something. No, you did something against God.
That's right.
Revelations chapter 2, verse 9. I know thy works and tribulation.
So the real Israelites, Christ says, I know all the works, because why? We're in slavery. And the tribulation. Go ahead.
And poverty.
And we're an impoverished people. The bulk of us. Go ahead.
But thou art rich.
But we're rich because all the promises in the Bible pertain to the 12 tribes of Israel. Blacks, Latinos, Native American, and that's right, I said it. Right. Go ahead.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
So what we're bringing out is strictly biblical. It's all biblical. It's nothing personal. Strictly biblical.
And you know what? They love to, most of them, the majority of them, denounce the New Testament because Christ denounces them.
Right. That's right.
Boy, I tell you.
Yeah, I believe we have a phone call.
We have a phone call.
We got a phone call?
Yes,
sir. What is this?
All
right. Hey, what is that? 33 seconds? All right, let's play this. And we're gonna take the phone call.
No matter where you come from, you know what I'm saying, or what color your skin is, we all pretty much do the same things in life. Raise our kids, make love from time to time, and wash. Speaking of which, I learned that white people don't use washcloths. Did you know that? I'm serious. They have one bar of soap in the house. Every time I use it, somebody else's pubic hair was in it. She's like, use the clothes. Why you just gotta put the raw bar soap and your button all this? Nigga, I need to wash my face on my feet.
Dave Chappelle.
He said I might want to wash my face on my feet.
Oh man.
In Washington.
Yo, let's put the phone call through, man.
Shalom caller, what's your name, question, or comment?
Hey, Shalom, San Cristobal. Just want to make a comment about one time I was at open student range out in Missouri, out in rural Missouri area. And right next to it, I was when I used to hang with but right next to it was an Amish restaurant. We used to go to the Amish restaurant to get some breakfast. And I noticed one of the ladies in the kitchen, I guess she had on like a sleeveless gown, because they normally dress in all the flowers, but she had on like a sleeveless thing. And to go to the bathroom, we had to go past the kitchen. So as I walked past it, I could smell this funk. I noticed that under her arm, she had all kind of hair coming from underneath her armpit. It was crazy. I don't know what the relationship is with Amish and the Amalek, but they must be close to the days.
He said they got to be the same people.
They know each other. I know.
Oh man, all praise.
And also shout out to the truck drivers.
There you
go. Officer Gas, famous spirit.
Hey, you gonna have all the truck drivers meet you
all the
outside
truck
of
drivers
Passover.
outside, bro.
I rattled a couple of air brakes.
Hey, but I told the story before about one time I was in a restroom. Esau in his stall taking a dump. He gets straight up and walk out the bathroom.
Hey.
Don't even stop by and wash his hands or nothing.
Was you with us in Israel? Yeah, tell a story. So we're coming back. I think, Bishop, we're going to Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
And we're driving by all the captains, Bishop, we all in the van. So we happen to look out the window. Captain's just like, hey, look. So you look down the alleyway and this freaking Amalek crouched over, taking a dump.
In the street.
No tissue.
Broad daylight.
No tissue.
Broad daylight.
Pulled his pants up and kept it rolling.
Yeah,
Bro, smooth it. Yeah, Captain Shema, smooth as I don't know what. No wipes, no
wipes,
just
nothing.
Man got the dookie draws.
I ain't never seen a group of people that could dump and walk.
Hey,
Like Esau
kept it
can
moving.
dump and walk.
Remember we played that clip when she did it in the supermarket?
Yeah,
She
that's what I'm
dumped
talking
and
about.
kept it moving.
Like, in
Like,
stride.
it's normal.
Like the one who did it in the airport and the dude stepped
Yes,
in and
and
like
fell.
how you dunk in stride. Like, wow. Like how did your body mechanics even allow you to?
It does it. It doesn't.
Disgusting.
They do.
Hey, you got to remember too, a lot of like Bishop was bringing out their history. You have to remember in the 1300s, one of the things that hit Europe was the Black Plague or Black Death because of their level of filth.
Was that the rats?
That's yes. The rats they would store their meat in open septic areas. So the place that they store they would dump doo-doo. The meat market was right there in the open.
Right.
So the flies and everything. Listen, this is a people that their history proves that they're uncleanly people.
Right.
They're a disgusting nation. They're the scriptures. They're the vile of the earth.
Oh yeah.
We can't look at that as just their actions as far as politics goes and the way they treat us, but that's actually the way they even deal with themselves. The things they do, they eat, their odor is vile according to God. Their smell is noisome to God.
Yeah.
No filter.
Hey, today they got a suit on. They got $1,000 suit on. $1,000 suit, you still stink.
Hey, he got raggedy drawers on up under that $1,000 suit. He get home and rub them like the Apollo log.
Hey, that's why when people say like the Bible and they talk about, they try to scoff and say the Bible, it's a religious book and stuff like that. No, the Bible teaches you about your hygiene, to teach you about how to treat one another. Without this, guess what? You end up like this, bathing in the same tub with
lawlessness.
Remember that scripture in Isaiah? Remember the scripture in Isaiah is talking about how the woman used to dress. The scripture says about what is that? Isaiah chapter 3, when he said, "Most I see is gonna make them smell."
Yeah,
because the sisters was warning them off against the husband. What was that? Isaiah chapter 3, verse.
The bonnets.
The bonnets.
Yeah, come up to.
Go to 24. Is that verse 24?
Yeah, you can start at 24.
Start at verse 24.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
So back then, even when you're talking about our foremothers, how they used to bathe
themselves.
Bathe
like
themselves.
the Gaza, yeah.
How they used to get in these tubs with their oils, and their skin soaked the oil in, and they were smelling really good, really nice. So we got a history. Our people have a history how we used to smell. Right. East have a history how they smell. Right. Because our forefather Job explained to you how to smell.
that thing.
He described to you how to smell. So any of us who got that spirit not to take a bath, that's an Esau spirit.
Might be Esau.
You might be Esau. Your husband might be Esau.
Yep.
That's not our spirit. We never had that spirit.
Brother don't want to wash his damn.
Don't want to wash his damn. Yeah, then he get enough to get in the bed talking to his wife. Are you ready, baby?
You know that benevolence is due. Like that shower do.
She's like, I don't know about that.
And that might be that has to be part of, I don't know if it's a part of upper leadership's questioning, but I never thought about asking it when a brother says that his wife holds out. I've always forget to ask, are you washing your behind?
Right.
You coming?
Hey, cause you try like.
I mean,
as you begin to get comfortable with somebody, you stop doing the thing. Before you throwing on cologne, you doing all types of stuff.
Got the Izzy Miyake all on you.
Say Izzy Miyake.
You know that's Cap guy.
That classic, yeah, Izzy Miyake.
That's his guy.
Nah, brother, just getting off of work, ready to get to it.
Like, brother,
go wash your balls. Go wash your work balls.
They
bro.
be fake washing. Yeah. So he put on and wash doing the proving, but he know when she ain't around 4 to 7, he around that boy smelling like football practice.
Damn.
Said wash your work balls.
Nasty.
That's stupid.
Can I get screwed?
I believe we got it.
You got another call? Oh, finish that scripture right quick.
Isaiah 3 verse 24. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink.
You hear that thing?
Damn.
That was a judgment Messiah God bring against the daughters of Israel because they were wanting them mouth.
So he Mosai smite him with a funky coochie.
Yes, Mosai smite him with a funky
something stink.
With something funky.
Yes. I don't know, is that the front or the back?
So, oh God.
Yo,
I'm about to move from this subject. Thank you, Gad.
Oh, snap.
Hey, what other article we got? Hey,
we got
get
a call,
the phone call.
Capo.
Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, brothers. My name is Carl, calling from Maryland. Just want to make a comment. I'm a truck driver too, a local driver, and I make deliveries in customers' homes, right? And one time I went to this person's home, right, and it was in the woods. White folks they like living up in them fields and the mountains. They all up in there. So anyway, I went to one of these houses, right, and I go in and I delivered TV. Thank God the TV wasn't a white glove delivery. It wasn't no setup. It's just a threshold delivery. You put things. So anyway, I get to the door and I knock in it, right? As soon as that customer opened that door, let me tell you, bro, that house was reeking funk like you would not believe. As soon as the door opened, and I said, oh my, what the?
I
had to hold my breath. And you know how you had the person sign delivery ticket, but I said, I didn't even want to sign a ticket. Damn. They said, here's your TV. It's just a threshold delivery. And I had a hard time talking to them because I was trying to hold my breath because I didn't want to smell it. It smelled like dog, corn chips, and the house was just cluttered. There was stuff everywhere. Wow. And it was a white man that came and signed off on it. It was white folks living in the house. So, but I find that's not the first time that's happened, but I found it in other cases where I make deliveries, for all kind of people, right? But every time I make deliveries, and I'm not saying all white folks are like that, but those, when I do come across, and I come across funky homes like that, it's white folks that smells like that. It's their homes that stuff like that, especially the ones that aren't presentable or clean. It's like they just let things go. But I'll never forget it. That house was reeking with funk.
I believe
it. All praise you made it out, bro.
Funk, bro.
All praise you made it out.
All praise. Thank you.
Thank you. I had to hold my breath, man. That's how bad it was. I didn't even want to talk to the people. I said, here's your delivery. I'm out. You guys have a good.
Anti-water.
I said, no, you don't need to sign nothing. You don't need to sign nothing. See your feet. All right.
Back up off.
Lord, but y'all are telling the truth on this matter because it is truth. This is truth about they do not wash themselves.
Hey, thank you for your call, brother. Appreciate it. But I want y'all to think about the Jake that be trying to justify them and trying to marry them and bring them in the congregation.
He's zestfully clean. We have a few of them in the congregation. Yeah. And the brothers are saying, oh, she's from the tribe of Gad.
Why they always got to use Gad? Why they just can't say Zebulon or something like?
And then one said, Ephraim. I said, you speak Spanish? She said, no. I said, yeah, that's Esau right there.
Hey, Bishop, remember when Pastor had brother show up with one of them? She got that nose. You can tell, hey, she's Italian. You be like, oh, no. She's this. One morning she wake up, she put her bacon on. She put her.
It was on the Sabbath.
On the Sabbath. He go, yeah, what the hell you doing? She said, I don't believe in this thing. That's you stuff.
Damn.
Well, we told the brother, but she ain't Israel.
She called him a Mulyan.
Yep.
Mulyan.
I get one script for you before we move.
Yeah, we're about to move from this.
Hold on.
I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. I promise.
I don't know. Your track record today ain't been looking
too good, bro.
I ain't gonna do nothing crazy. I promise.
You got every truck driver calling in, bro.
What scripture you have? We gotta look at.
Brother offended mad people in Israel, bro.
We gotta look at this scripture before you read it, man.
See, they still calling in, bro.
Right, it's all the truck drivers.
You know, Israel, a nation of truck drivers. Jew, what's wrong with you, man?
Hey, calm down, bro. Oh, I gotta tell you this thing that happened. The police department. I'm going to the police now. You know how police, sometimes you have to call the police, something go on in your house. I'm going to tell you what cops do. When they go in, they'll do the report and all that. And you know, when cops go to your house, they're looking around. And you might think they're looking around to gather evidence or whatever. They're looking around to talk about you later. I'm sitting in the office. And they begin to, in the office, it's like maybe 4 Jakes. Everybody else is Esau. Because about maybe 20 of us in the office, only 4 black people. So they begin to laugh about the black family that they went to, how nasty and disgusting the house was. So I'm listening. Now, they won't say these black people, but I knew what they meant. So we get a call. We go to another house, and the smell was horrible. White folks. So I said, I covered my mouth. I said, I noticed on the walls there was brown paint. I said, so I just happened to ask. I said, well, y'all painting? She says, no, that's feces. I said, feces? Then I said, thank God for you. So when I got back to the office, I took photos. I said, let me show you what I went through today.
Damn.
What? You got doodle wall?
I never forget 5th and 6th grade. I'm gonna take it back.
Confession
right
corner.
Now. Confession corner. There was this, probably the only Edomite in my school, but we used to call him Vomit Boy because he literally smelled like vomit every single day.
That's spicy.
For the 2 years I was in school with him. And we couldn't explain it. Now the revelation is coming out, and I see why he smelled like that.
They finger painting with vomit and vomit.
Oh hell, that thing was embedded in his clothes. He wore to school.
Bro, every day you smell like yesterday, bro.
That's crazy. Hey, what's that you wearing? Vomit for men?
Vomit for men.
Damn, it's older guts.
Man, got another call?
It better not be a truck driver.
Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, this is Sister Raquel, and recently I was on a flight sitting behind a Hemite, and he smelled so bad the whole flight. So it's the Esau, but it's also the Hemites too.
I agree.
Ishmael too.
I agree.
Well, when we were in Haiti, no, I ain't gonna tell a story.
No, you gotta bring it out.
I ain't saying nothing.
I ain't saying
nothing.
Hey, man.
Big put that rock eyebrow up. He was like,
What you talking about, Bishop?
Oh man.
Hey, you know those companies. You know those companies that make those perfume. Like you got Polo, you got Diesel.
Mhm.
You know a lot of these products.
Did you say diesel?
Yeah, there's a.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm thinking the gas fuel.
Oh, no.
Diesel.
Well, in Haiti, that's what they use.
Oh, that's what they use. We're going with this.
Brother, rub it on your neck. Rub it on your neck.
Smell like octane, baby.
Brother, at the pump
There's a
gas
perfume
and
called
putting
Diesel
on
because
cologne.
I just bought one.
Okay,
Called Diesel. It's really good.
Cologne.
Yeah, they
Cologne.
got
You know those cologne.
red jean. No, it's Versace.
Yeah, you know those cologne is majority of them is buying black people is the one who buy them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make them for. You see how they got Esau do commercial for them. Esau didn't buy these things.
Right.
He's Jake. I know. Like, especially from the like Levi, Benji. Because I went to some of them house. They got every type of cologne in them table. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Hey.
I know my sister-in-law. I went to the house. I'm like,
oh yeah.
She got like over 50 cologne in the damn table. I'm like, yo, what's that?
Hey, you know what's so heavy about what you say? My grandparents took a trip to France, and you know, on the back of the cologne, a lot of them was, what is it, Toilette de France?
Yeah. Ooh, the toilet. Yes. Ooh, the toilet.
It was generally made for them because the French they don't wash their behind, so it was a mass cover-up. Even with it on, you could see, and that's another, Bishop, you stated that before, these brothers that don't wash their ass, you cannot cover up your funk with cologne, bruh.
Cap, I'm glad you said that because when I was in high school, right, I played football 1 year, quarterback. And
you did?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I used to have a little, you know.
Oh.
But anyway, all right. That's
Did you
besides
get
the
hurt?
point, though.
Did you get hurt?
That's besides the point.
The
You know what I'm
helmet
saying?
The helmet did that to you.
The helmet did it. Now we know.
I set myself up.
You got the CTE.
Hey, but listen, that's besides the story. You know what I'm saying? The point is, so after football practice, Esau get back to the locker room. They just get a bottle of Axe, and they just spray all the funk.
Hey, officer, this truck driver, white truck drivers do that too. You know they sell the
Bruh.
same damn Axe. They be come in there smelling like, bro,
Spraying Axe over the funk like that's just gonna take it away.
Axe cuts the funk.
That's what it's disgusting.
Temporary solution.
Hey, I used to have an Esau roommate when I was in the military, and he used.
You used to be in the military?
Yeah.
The hell is this?
I was.
He was in the Air Force.
Hey, that's the smart branch.
He was in the smart branch.
I'm smart. But I used to have this Esau roommate, and he used to wipe his behind with his socks. Like I used to go in the bathroom all the time, be like, why it always smell like? Why it be so stinking here? And then one day I went and I looked, and it was a pile of at least 4-5 socks.
You're kidding me, bro.
I promise on behind the toilet where this man was wiping his behind with his socks and throwing them behind the toilet.
But there was toilet paper in there?
Yes, I brought toilet paper.
Wow.
And he was wiping his behind with his socks.
He probably didn't want to use yours, bro.
Maybe,
You know
I
what I'm
hope.
saying? He tried to be considerate.
All right. One time, right? So,
this story.
No, it ain't crazy like that.
There you go.
So
Going on and on.
My first little job was at Baskin Robbins ice cream, right? High school.
We know, Cap.
Mr.
We know.
Ice Cream Man.
Bring it out, right? So I worked with this Edomite. Now you want to play the music?
Oh man.
So one day I'm at the job and he working with him. I'm like, yo, listen. I'm like, yo, bro.
Can you cut the music?
What
the hell is this, man?
I said, bro. I said, listen. I said, you smell really bad. So he goes, it must be my shirt. And he smells his shirt. I said, I don't know what it is, but you really smell. He goes to the back sink, takes, the Palmolive dishwashing soap, puts it in the sink and starts to wash his shirt in the sink in the ice cream store. After he washes his shirt, he puts back on the wet shirt. Wow. Now, I don't mean a shirt with like a little stain. I mean the entire shirt is dripping wet. And I'm like, does that make any sense that it's winter time, you don't have a dryer, so you're gonna go home with a wet ass shirt?
It made sense to him.
And serve ice cream.
It made perfect sense.
What was he? What was he, Cal?
Oh, he was Esau.
He was Esau.
Oh, he was Esau. He was Esau.
Which leads us to our next scripture. Can I get that script for y'all move? I'm full of the Solomon.
You've been trying to get that script
I
for
want
15
I
years.
want the script. We tried to move away from this subject, but this brother. All right, go ahead, bro.
2 Samuel 19:24.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta have it.
Oh yeah,
you gotta have it.
This is for the Mephibosheth.
The Mephibosheth. 2 Samuel 19:24.
2 Samuel chapter 19 and verse 24. And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king, and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace.
So King David had called Mephibosheth die because he
called who?
Mephibosheth.
He said Mephibosheth.
Man, I can't say Mephibosheth. I tried to mumble my way through it and get out the way, but
brother called the Holy Ghost.
But as you can, it's an embarrassment of our people to be walking around with dirty clothes, stink feet, dirty stink clothes, stink feet,
stains
unkept.
all on it.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's an embarrassment to our people from the beginning to the end.
So you're saying this is about black people right here?
This is about black people.
So
y'all don't like to watch.
Brothers, your name will be Mephibosheth. Oh, by the way, this is Benjamin. That's the tribe of Benji. Benji.
Long toenail Benji.
Yeah. Dreadlock wearing with lice falling out.
A lot's been getting exposed about Benji lately.
Hey, y'all got to understand that because even in the beginning, Most High said if the mice and stuff even in your house, you got to break them dishes. You was not allowed to be dirty. You couldn't be dirty around Most High. You can't be no dirty Israelite.
Anything fall into
Was it Uganda you brothers went to and they had the cleaning day? Where everybody
that was Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone.
Yeah, if you don't clean your house, you can get fined or imprisoned.
Damn, they need that in
Oh, they need to have that here.
Hey, because you see some of them,
they need that thing
some
here.
of them selfies. We see the background. We need that here.
So your crop game wasn't good enough.
Yeah, you ain't crop out the dirty diapers and stuff in the back.
Pile in the back.
All them pots with that white water in that sink.
Use that blur.
It's 2:00, 2 in the afternoon. Your bed ain't made. What's that on the ground?
Yeah.
So although we getting on Esau, a lot of us is just as bad.
Absolutely. We are.
Absolutely.
See, we what is it? When you're equal opportunity, what is it called?
Yeah,
equal opportunists.
Yeah, we're equal opportunists.
Right.
We
Yeah,
get on,
we get on
get on us
everybody.
too.
Yeah.
Some of you brothers sitting in his studio right now, you know you're stinking right now.
Stinking.
Got the same socks on from camp yesterday.
Yeah. Damn. Hey. And you want to go home and tell your wife, go down on me. She's like,
With them yesterday balls, no.
You tap her on the shoulder. She turn around, got the gas mask on.
Damn.
Yes, my lord.
Yes, my lord.
Hey, that be that you get home from camp and go sit on the toilet, be like, what the hell? Let me get my ass in this water.
So we are equal opportunist insulters.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
And just we talk about all. I've mentioned a few times on feast days when they say put your hands up.
Oh, yeah.
No, put your
You don't helicopter. Do not helicopter.
We learned that the hard way.
Do not turn the ceiling fan on.
Solomon.
Brother, you stay in Sons of God, all right?
Yeah, no patient saints for you. No.
Hey, we've had that where people sweat or perspire excessively. Like, bro, as a matter of fact, we had a crazy one that used to be with us that did not like to wash.
Yeah, there was a blood used to be with us, man.
Smelling like
Captain
shallots.
Amaziah, I ain't gonna lie. Captain Amaziah used to be mad at me. Deacon, one of you got to talk to this brother. This brother shop in my house. He's taking my whole sofa.
Oh yeah.
Cap had a Cap's couch.
Remember him?
Cap's couch.
Oh, he's taking my whole couch. I'll be like, Cap, what you want me to do, man?
Hey,
Deacon, I cannot have this here.
But hold on, D.
When this brother left, I had to clean this whole place up.
D. But the smell, though, we got to explain. The smell was like, if you've ever had washed clothes, but you never dried the clothes in that.
That wet smell.
That sour wash machine.
That mildew.
Captain Amaziah's couch smelled just like that.
Damn.
And the brother only sat there for the Sabbath class.
That's it.
Wash your head, boy.
Hey, Cat was mad because he sat down and watched something on TV and was smelling.
Bruh.
And you know Cap.
Captain Amaziah used to be real mad.
What the frick is this? You know Cap.
Head down on the armrest.
And you brought back a memory with that one.
He didn't like
Captain
that.
Amaziah
It
used
was
to be
horrible,
pissed.
Well, you know these oversized sisters too. We always tell you sisters that if you're big, because you know down south, I don't know what y'all do in Haiti or Jamaica, but down south, when you're big, funky, and perspire, the culture is throw a ton of baby powder on.
All in the creases.
But you know,
That's what we
after
about
a
to-
while, you got to lift them breastises and undo them rolls to clean that yeast out of it because it turns to yeast. Wow. And you get a sister,
have leavened
and that's
bread.
like,
Oh,
that's 2-day-old yeast.
You gotta put your own
between
stuff
them
out the
folds.
house, Bishop.
Yes, I'm telling you, like, come on now. You big sisters know what I'm talking about.
they-
Come
yeah.
on now. Like, you big sisters call in here and talk about your yeast.
Yo, Bishop, you
Well-
about to get mad emails, bro.
Bishop say I gotta be out the house for Passover.
Well, gotta clean all 11 out. Well, your dad is stupid.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, something is wrong with this guy.
Yeah. Damn.
All
What
right,
you gonna say,
I want
Kev?
to tell you about my Lyft driver.
No. What about the lifter? Oh yeah, you did talk about the lifter.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hey, I'm gonna tell it. Cap said he got in the lift car, right? It was a fat behind Edomite. Cap said the fat from this guy from his sides was wrapping around the seat.
It was a woman.
It was a woman.
It was a woman.
Wrapped around the back. Wrapped like
It was
was
back.
hugging
It
the
was
seat.
back meat around.
It's
wrapping
called
the
it's called a
seat.
muffin top.
Is that what it's called?
That's back.
Nah, this was
It's fat back. That's what he called it.
no.
Fat back.
It passed a muffin. What's bigger than a muffin?
Loaf.
A loaf. It was way past that. But
Loaf top.
it wasn't just that. I mean, that's fine to a degree. But it was the odor of the vehicle.
Funkin'.
So I got in the lift, and when I got in, my ride was about 15, 20 minutes, and I pretty much held my breath for 20 minutes. Didn't think it was humanly possible. Damn.
World record.
You remember Harlem Nights when he was in the safe? He's like, that's how I breathe. I breathe for 20 minutes. And so, right after you get out the lift, it sends you an alert saying, how was your ride, do the stars and everything. So I gave no stars. And I gave the reason being the smell was unbearable.
As you should.
As I should.
As you right.
Yes. I did tell the Lyft, whoever the president of Lyft is got that email and found out that that car needs to be burned.
Your driver's back loaf smells.
Yeah, that was.
We got another phone call?
Yeah.
Wow. Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, leadership. This is Sister Shira from Tribe of Issachar. I just wanted to comment because I was born in Mexico, and our way of traveling was through the bus most of the time. So every time we went on the bus, we would see people come in with chickens and birds and dogs. So every time you went in the bus, you knew what that smell was, right?
Wow.
So when we came over here, it was so confusing when we got in that bus because there were other Issachar and Esau in the bus. My mom was looking around. She was looking for chickens. She was looking for dogs. There was nothing else but that smell, and it was just her covering her whole entire face, basically up to her eyes with her shirt inside the bus. Because Esau, she said that they stunk so bad that reminded her of dog smell, of course. But that spice cumin, have you ever smelled cumin? Put it in your food.
Oh.
Combination of cumin and dog at the same time. So yeah, it was a culture shock once we moved over here and smelled pizza on the bus.
Okay, so what you're saying is the bus when you were in Mexico that had livestock smelled better than the bus filled with Esau.
Exactly. At least we knew that it was the chicken and the dogs and everything that smelled in the bus.
Well, I mean, sis, with Esau, you knew it was the dogs. I mean,
she was looking for chickens and dogs. She was like,
In the bus. It was nasty.
dang. Are they under the seat? I smell them, but I don't see them.
we're glad you made it out, sis.
Thank you,
Glad
sis.
made it out.
All praise to the Lord.
Hey,
who made it.
put the other article up. I want to move from this subject. Put the other article up. Let me see what you got. The day Europe told the U.S. to cut out the threat over Iran. I didn't read this article. What is this about? No. Give me the one about, yes, this one. Give me that one.
I had put the other one with the guy was talking. Yeah, I put it in the.
All right, we're gonna put it with this one. Hey, read this article. This is a really good article right here.
U.S. targeting of Nigeria. Is it really about terror? Is it really about terrorist problem, or is America fearful of Africa's first superpower emerging?
Now, keep in mind, Nigeria have 133 million. Nigeria is the biggest African country. Actually, the population is about 132 million right now, maybe more.
Dang, that's a lot of people.
Are you going to read the article?
Scroll down.
There you go.
There you go.
All right, go ahead. Right here.
The U.S. is punishing Nigeria amid a current humanitarian crisis where the West African nation is grappling with a violent terrorist problem in the form of Boko Haram, a terrorist entity that the U.S. indirectly helped rise to power.
You hear that thing? Wow. The U.S. is behind them. The U.S. provided weapons.
With weapons?
Yes.
Always.
Probably some training.
Yes.
This, if you remember, maybe about a year ago, the issues with Boko Haram, Africa was reaching out to the U.S. to help. The reason the U.S. wouldn't help is because the U.S. is the one who made them.
Who made them.
Remember, we also went over all the coups in the dark nations is always backed by Esau, or began by Esau, CIA, intelligence, so on and so forth. That's who does it.
Yeah.
The Trump administration is considering expanding its travel ban to include 5 more countries, including Nigeria. While there is opposition to the plan, it is still unclear to what extent this ban will go, as it may only target certain government officials or certain types of visas. As the media notes, Nigeria works together with the U.S. in areas such as counterterrorism, and the intention came as a surprise to the Nigerian government, who will have to look for ways its officials can meet with investors.
Hey, hold on a minute. Mark my word. What you're gonna see start gonna happening. Remember we do a show about that, how the African countries have to put their money in the French bank.
Yes, French banks.
There is African leader who start complaining about that.
Yes.
And what you're gonna see is the African countries, they're gonna start coming together and saying, hey, listen, that make no sense. Why would we put our money in your bank when we have our own bank? What the hell was that?
I put my mic down a little bit. Sorry. I didn't know it was going to make that sound. Sorry.
So what you're seeing is America is using this right here as an excuse. But in reality, these African countries, they start waking up. Just like, wait, what? Remember, that's why they killed Gaddafi. That's the reason they killed Gaddafi, because Gaddafi was trying to unite the African countries together. Right. So Esau was like, wait a minute, we have to stop this guy.
Right.
And yeah, you good old boy Obama, he had his hand on it. He was one of the one who behind killing Gaddafi. So that right there, Esau is using Boko Haram as an excuse to put this thing in Nigeria. But in reality, they're just afraid Nigeria is rising up.
They always got to have that smoke screen.
Yes.
They're always
you got a terrorist, but meanwhile, you backing your money with gold and
Right.
saying that we don't need you.
Remember under the Obama administration when Nigeria reached out to America for help against Boko Haram, and Obama told them only if you accept same-sex marriage will we help you against Boko Haram. So they got them in a pentagrip. Not only did they help set up Boko Haram, they said then if you want us to stop them, you got to accept same-sex marriage. It makes no damn sense.
Didn't they just impose some bans on that president?
They did that to Uganda also.
Right, Uganda. Right.
They put Uganda don't want to accept same-sex marriage. They put a embargo on them.
Yep.
Yeah, I just read it earlier this week, last week, when they were saying I think it was Nigeria or the Uganda, that the president, that he didn't accept the same-sex marriages, and now he can't get the passage to meet with other UN nations and stuff like that. Like, nah, until you accept this same-sex marriage, we ain't doing.
Right. Hey, that's funny you said that. Remember, Bishop, on our trip to Uganda, when we were dealing with the business out there concerning the brothers, remember the guy said that about Barack. I think you had asked him, what has Barack done for Uganda? Oh, he's just trying to bring in the gays.
Right, that's what he said.
Straight to the point. Like, you do nothing for us, just trying to bring westernized culture here.
Right. You know how Africa has about 54, 55 countries. Europe or America only allows 12 of them, which Nigeria is one, only allows 12 to manufacture small weapons. So Nigeria, then they said their weapons is poorly put together and all that. And Boko Haram has up-to-date weapons. So you got, where did they get these up-to-date weapons to America?
So where you get 50 cal from?
So that goes back, because the weapons that we seen in Uganda were like the throwback AK-47s.
Yes.
Like, it wasn't even just ancient of days with rust.
Damn.
Yeah, damn.
Got semi-automatic.
So as far as I know, Nigeria is concerned.
It is therefore,
No, as far as Nigeria is concerned.
as far as Nigeria is concerned, Trump did once say that if Nigerians came to the U.S., they will never go back to their huts in Africa. Therefore,
Stop.
furthermore,
You cannot skip from this. Listen. Shh.
The south part of Nigeria is like a little New York.
Yes,
It's
that's
built
what I
up.
want to say. Don't believe Esau when Esau showing you this thing on television, man.
Very prideful.
Yes, what he's trying to do, Esau trying to make you believe this place don't have no running water, so that you can stay away. I was watching something this sister made about what is that place that say you can go back? Ghana. And the sister was saying she went over there to visit. She ended up staying. She said, I would never come back to America. Because she said, listen, don't listen to Esau. Esau is fooling y'all. Esau is fooling y'all. Even when we go to Sierra Leone. Bro, I saw, remember about hotel? Esau built a house, $700,000 US, a house. Who built a house $700,000 next to a hut?
Right.
Who's gonna believe some crap like that? You know they're lying. They're just saying that so they can keep going over there, getting rich of our people. So your guys won't go over there. That's why they're saying that.
Same thing. Even with what you see taking place in Haiti right now.
Yep.
They only show you like Cité Soleil and
Yep.
what's
That's
the other?
it.
What's
The worst part.
Yeah, basically the worst parts. But you got places outside when you go up.
Yep.
You wouldn't even believe you're in Haiti.
Yeah,
like Haiti's
exactly.
beautiful, bro.
Exactly.
There's some nice
They-
spots
when you
out
go
there.
when you go up in the mountainside.
Say that again, Cap.
Haiti's beautiful. It is. There's
Heard
certain
that, Bishop.
parts out there. Certain parts, Bishop. Certain parts. Certain parts.
Hey, Bishop.
Certain
Just like America, certain place down south in America, nobody want to live there.
Yeah.
He's got the ghettos. Nobody want to live there. Every country got the same thing. They got the worst part. They got the good part. Every country got the same thing, and Haiti's no different.
I've been canceled from the show by Bishop.
Hey, D, can I get a scripture?
Oh man. What you got, son?
Isaiah 14 and verse 12.
I got a phone call too.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14 and verse 12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning?
So we know this chapter is speaking about when the Lord restores the nation of Israel and he brings down this present kingdom, Esau's kingdom. Read on.
How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?
Which didst what?
Weaken the nation.
Because that's what America does. They go everywhere and what? They weaken those nations.
Yep.
America got an embassy in every country throughout the world.
Yep.
America runs this place.
And they're the only one who got an embassy in every country. In the world.
And they weaken those nations economically. Yes. That's what they do.
Read on.
For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God.
They just launched what? The Space Force. What you got a Space Force for?
Dun, dun, dun.
read
I
on.
will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north.
Verse 14.
I will ascend above the heights of the clouds.
So, you know, America, we have airplanes and all that type of stuff. Read on.
I will be like the Most High.
Who says they're going to be like the Most High? Who puts their image as Jesus Christ throughout the world? Everywhere you go, we done been to Ghana, Nigeria, all these black African countries, but on everything you see the same image of Caesar Borgia everywhere. How is that possible? Because this man has weakened the nations in every regard. That's all I wanted.
So aren't they doing something with France? They're trying to get rid of France out of Africa, and it's something with money. They're trying to make a new currency out.
Yeah, that's why they killed Gaddafi. That's
Right.
Gaddafi was trying to do that. Gaddafi had this thing. He said, if you guys want to buy our oil, you're gonna have to buy it with gold. So he was trying to change the currency.
Yeah.
They say, we gotta kill this guy. So that's why they kill him. So he was trying to unite them together.
So right now, France wants all of those African nations that they have colonized to pay into basically a fund. They keep Africa, those countries in Africa's money. And if they need their money for anything, you are borrowing it back from France, but it's your money.
With interest.
It's your with interest. And they won't give you as much as you need.
France is something else, bro.
Oh yeah, because that's what they, because the African countries is like, that's what Bishop, I think he's talking about, that they trying to pull out of that internet, that fund with France. They're like, hey, we setting up.
Oh, they're going to pull out.
Yeah, they setting up their own banks or something right now.
They're going to pull out. I'm telling you, these African countries, they start working up. They're going to pull out.
And remember, each country that did that, France sabotaged the country.
Right.
They poured cement into the sewer system, things of that nature. Listen, if Esau ain't the devil, please tell me who is. Don't come with that Arab crap either.
Right.
Can I show you? Can I get a script? Let me get her back at 2 and 5.
Oh, you on fire today, huh?
I mean, you know, so I gotta get it.
Trying
I'm about to get fired. I'm going out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm getting all the scripts today.
Hey, I'm getting them in. I'm about to get fired.
Oh man.
The book of Habakkuk.
That's like when your boss give you your pink slip, you got to say one more thing before they take you out the building.
Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressing by wine, he is a proud man.
So, like what the officer had brought out in Isaiah, you know, going into how he exalt himself as God. He liked to spew his lies with his wine. Go ahead.
Neither keep it at home.
So him not keeping at home goes into him, like what the articles talk about. He's funding so-called terrorist groups, and then comes back and act like he's the savior to get you from these terrorists. Like, you know, we had to stop them, and now we need some money for helping you.
He done helped set it up. Now he want to be the one to help you deliver out the situation.
Right. You know what I'm saying? He don't keep at home.
The same thing. Even though he doesn't keep at home, I'm definitely in the spirit with that. But he did the same thing to us.
Yes.
Right.
Broke us down through slavery. Right. Now, through the spirit of the Most High is the only reason we weren't consumed. We all know that. So then we step above that now, and we're trying to do a little bit for ourselves. They basically want to take the credit for you doing better now.
We helped y'all. We civilized y'all.
We gave y'all Obama.
Right, all of that.
What the hell are you talking about? You the one that tried to literally destroy our people. Wasn't for God, we wouldn't be here.
Right.
Listen, I got some food stamps for you. I got welfare. I got
freaking
something as simple as what you and kept talking about. Black Wall Street, Rosewood, Buttermilk Bottom. That's what they used to call it here.
Yeah.
Buttermilk Bottom was where like
down 5 points
downtown in
Auburn.
You know, that was where the black people was billing. They do the same thing. You bill it up. We got some dynamite sticks and fire.
Guess what? What you said is that's why they're so adamant to stop IUIC.
Yes.
Because Esau, listen, you sleeping, Esau's not sleeping. Right. Esau can see 1,000 years from now, or if they think they got that, Esau, that's how Esau think. Esau's like, wait a minute. If that's why you see what you call them SPLC.
Yeah.
That's why they come now. They say, listen, we have to stop these guys because Esau said the way they are united, the unity that's between them. If we let them, Esau can see. Wait a minute. Eventually, they're going to do for themselves. They're going to have their own school. They're going to have this because that's the goal. Right. They're going to force to have our own thing where we're not depending on them.
Right.
Esau already see it. Esau's like, damn. We got to do something. So now Esau say, okay, let's put it out there. They're hate group.
Right. Like that's him not keeping at home. He couldn't stay home and mind his business and watch this like they Israelite.
Hey, that's the beautiful thing because the scriptures say the gates of hell should not prevail. You can't stop this.
No, you can't.
That's the beautiful thing about it.
And Esau got that little Edomite who claim he's not in kingdom saying we a hate group. Yeah, he's Edomite.
That's how they're going into the second.
Oh, what you about the Weaselil?
Weaselil. He's an Edomite.
The spigger you are.
Yeah. Go ahead, officer.
Yea, also, I'm reading again. Habakkuk 2 verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man, neither keep it at home.
Always in somebody else's business, regardless of whether it got something to do with him. Go ahead.
Who enlarged his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied.
So he ain't happy with okay, I got my country, or I done destroyed this people this much. I can't live with that. That's not enough. I need some more.
Like the grape gatherers.
Yeah, you take the dirt. It's like, bro, I want it all. Go ahead.
but gathereth unto him all nations.
So, and that's what he doing. He pulling everybody. The same thing as with us. He want to get everybody on his side. He want to get your people on his side and promote that you a hate group. He want to get people on his side to say that you this. I'm gonna get this country on my side and say you got terrorists. I'm gonna get the gay people on my. This is what he do. He always trying to bring somebody on his side for control. Go ahead.
And heapeth unto him all people.
That's what he do.
Hey, let's read some of the more of this article.
Furthermore, the U.S. Agency for International Development has been making it incredibly difficult for vital humanitarian aid to reach Nigeria over the past year. A relatively new clause in all grant contract now requires the recipient agency to have approval of a USAID agreement officer in advance to individuals whom the recipient affirmatively knows to have been formally affiliated with Boko Haram or Islamic State, or formerly ISIS, as combatants or non-combatants.
Hey, officer, give me a favor. Go on YouTube, see if you can find the capital of Nigeria.
The what?
Capital of Nigeria.
What is it? Lagos?
Lagos. See if you can find a picture of Lagos.
Lagos, yeah. We have a call?
See if you can find a picture of Lagos. To show you, I'm going to show you how Esau is a bunch of liars.
Lagos.
So I'm going to show you Africa. There's a place in Haiti called Jacmel.
That place is nice.
Listen, if you go to that place, you will never think you're in Haiti. And guess what? A lot of people there's people got money. They got some of the most beautiful house you would never think you're in Haiti.
The beach.
Actually, Abuja is the capital of Nigeria, so correction on that.
Okay, go to, what you call it, Bishop?
Abuja. A-B-U-J-A.
Yes.
That's the capital.
Just want to show you the city, what the city look like. Show you how lying Esau is a bunch of liars. They got some places in these countries you would never think, oh, damn, that's Africa? Yes, that's Africa. What you got?
The images? Yeah.
You got images or you got all right, show that image. Look at this. This look like Manhattan.
Yeah.
You see this? Can you blow it up?
That look like when you're driving downtown in Atlanta right
Can you blow it up, officer? Look at this thing.
You probably got to open the image in a new tab.
Ain't gonna let them have it.
This look like Manhattan, but Esau tried to make you believe. No, that's not Africa.
Like everything is just mud huts and cow dung.
Look at this. Look at this thing. Yeah. Hey, you know what this remind me of? This remind me when I went to Texas, to Austin. Look at this thing. Look at this. This is Africa.
But that's the first mindset when our people and the nations think of Africa. They think of you in a damn loincloth with a bone in your nose.
Okay. Little big stomach babies with flies on their eyes. Like
look at this.
Right there. Don't think.
Look at this right there.
Not an agenda. Why
this is Africa.
They push that image.
Blow that up. Look at this thing. That's Africa.
Bro, that thing got plenty taxis.
Yeah. This looks like Manhattan.
Yeah, let me read this. It says Lagos, the capital of Nigeria, since its amalgamation in 1914. So in 1914, Lagos was the capital. It says went on to become the capital of Lagos State after its creation. However, the state capital was later moved to Ikeja, I-K-E-J-A, in 1976, and the federal capital moved to Abuja, A-B-U-J-A, in 1991.
So this is the recent capital.
Do you got a picture of Lagos? I don't know if I even say it right.
L-A-G-O-S.
Yeah, Lagos.
Abuja. You are Abuja.
And you got to think about not only the imagery they put out there with the starving children, with the flies on their eyes.
Haiti?
Hey, Bishop, when we went to Sierra Leone, there's a lot of poor people who live real bad. But certain place, they look at this. Look at this. That's Nigeria.
And that's the old capital.
This is Nigeria.
That ain't even the old.
That's the old capital.
Hey, so where's the huts?
Well, I don't know.
See no huts.
They're down there in between the
You
skyscrapers.
see that thing?
See no huts.
This is you would never, you may think, oh, is that Manhattan?
Paris.
This is like Paris. You be thinking that's Paris? That's Europe? No, that's Africa right there. This is Africa.
But all they show you on the TV is little kids with flies.
Yep.
Running around.
You saw a bunch of liars. Because why? They don't want you to go over there. They want to go over there themselves and steal all the resources.
Yes. For $1,
the devil, the Bible
feed a
says.
family for a year.
Nigeria has one of the largest oil deposits.
Yep, they do. They do.
Yeah.
Esau is the devil. So
You
they
know-
want to steal it. They tell you, oh no. Hey, you know what? Speaking of Ghana, Africa, the government in Ghana got to be very careful. Let these dusty black people go over there. By the way,
They gonna mess it up.
oh yeah, they're gonna mess it up. I'm telling you, they're gonna mess it up.
Dang, that's nice.
Well, they did put certain rules.
Yes,
during the-
because I'm sorry.
They put rules up for when the year of return for American blacks that go over there. Certain rules, such as they're not allowed to be in political power over there. They have certain stipulations.
Oh, so they can go like that's why all the so-called the celebrities is going, but they can't. You
of
can't go over there and do
Influence,
nothing.
there's no influential power.
And you know, Akon is pushing that a lot. You know, for a lot of like the hip hop people and stuff like that, people with money to go over there because he's working on building his own city over there.
Right.
He got his own currency.
He's doing it in Senegal, right?
I think so. It's gonna be called Akonda. I think it is the
Akonda.
Meanwhile,
Hey, where is this?
That's in Lagos.
Lagos.
Look at
That's
that.
Lagos. You see that thing?
Lagos is it's coastline. So
You tell me this don't look like Manhattan?
Look at that ocean.
Bro, that's fire.
Yeah.
Like you ain't feeding nobody over there for the price of a cup of coffee. Like you finna be.
Yes, in Senegal.
What's wrong with you?
You know that's what they always say. For the price of a cup of coffee, you can help a family over here in Africa. You take your dollar over there, talking about something I'm finna feed y'all. They finna laugh you out of there. That's nice. They got boats and stuff.
Right. You know they got the African Union that China built up, and they were saying to be part of the African Union, there's a fee that each African nation has to pay, and they said many of the African nations don't want to pay it, but they allowed Israel, Amalek, to become part of the African Union. That's for monitoring, spying, and it seemed like the African leaders they haven't woken up yet to what's going on.
Nah, they're not. I pray most of they wake up, but this is crazy.
That's nice.
If all the African countries wake up, get rid of Esau, they got enough to supply for all them people.
Yeah.
That's why they killed that guy. What is his name, Bishop? The guy. Esau in Europe kill him. What is that guy name? You know who I'm talking about. We actually have a show about him here. Remember we were talking about the African leaders Esau behind?
Patrice Lumumba, him?
No, Lumumba.
Yeah.
That's why they kill him because he wanna be independent. He want Africa to be financially
Set apart,
independent, set apart.
And there's another one, a guy over
Sankara.
Burkina Faso.
Yes.
What was his name?
Sankara, I forgot his name.
Thomas Sankara. Yes. Thomas.
That's why they killed these guys. Because their mindset was, listen, we have enough in our country to provide for our own people. We don't need the West. We don't need Europe. So what they say, they killed them. That's why they killed them.
Esau pumped that fear in us, though. We had it. We had enough. We was supporting ourselves. But Esau come through with his guns and his fire, bruh. He knocked the
same
wind.
thing they did.
That's why we're afraid to unify.
Right.
We are definitely afraid to do that.
Can I get a Nahum 3-in-1 real quick?
Cap, hold on.
Yes, sir.
That person been waiting for a while.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's get this phone call.
Shalom, caller. What's your name, question, or comment?
Shalom, leadership. My name is Naharia from Concord Camp, and I just wanted to comment on the point that you guys were making earlier about the body odor. I just wanted to say I've been doing some research and finding out that they pump up the meat and dairy and poultry with a lot of antibiotics and hormones and stuff like that. So when we eat them, they don't really mesh with what we already have naturally in our bodies, and that's why the body odor. That's why the foul breath. That's why the stinky underarms and all kind of things like that.
Okay.
Okay. It comes from not eating enough.
Can you send in the research? Send it in. We'd like to read that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I was watching a film, and the documentary is called Earthlings. It's on YouTube, and another one called What the Hell.
Oh, what the hell? Yeah.
And just Googling stuff, because I was thinking about switching over to veganism. The film Earthlings made my mind up.
Earthlings,
but
okay.
Just looking into it, just different things like I said, the dairy they just put all kind of stuff in it, and where it probably used to be clean and lawful before Esau got his hands on it. Now there's all kind of crap
let me say this.
That we're eating. It's just like the world literally revolved around us, because they're putting it, even in the lawful things, they're putting,
All right, sis.
poison in it.
Real quick, listen. Yes, I agree 100%. But let's not give stinky brothers a way out.
The chicken making your feet stink?
Yes.
Still need to wash your hair,
See,
boy.
baby, I know I ain't bathing a week, but I know it's this chicken. I got antibiotics in it making me funk. No, it's the lack of a wash rag, some soap under the pits and in the cracks. So yes, I agree, sis, but let's not give them a way out. Because right now, the stinky brother's about to go take a bath, and you just made them come back out and not take a bath.
That was, girl, turn that shower off for me.
It's that gyro meat.
They ate less of it.
Okay, all
They
praise.
ate less of it.
Thank you for your call. Thank you. All praise.
Hey, Cap, bring the scripture, and then we're gonna go to the. Hey, you got that video? I thought you said send the video.
I did. I sent it. I put it in the Facebook, in the Patient Saints Facebook.
Hey, go to the Patient Saints Facebook. Cap, get the scripture for Cap.
Nahum chapter 3 and verse 1. Woe to the bloody city.
Now, this is primarily talking about Babylon. But when the nations turned the cities that we were brought as captives into a bloody city, the mindset is the same. Whether it's our people in Portugal, in Spain, in Brazil, all of them have the attributes of this bloody city that enslaved us, which is Babylon. Go ahead.
It is all full of lies and robbery.
It's all full of lies and what?
Robbery.
So the same way the Europeans did it here is the same blueprint followed in every land that we were brought as slaves.
Right.
Yes, Nahum is in the Syrian captivity. Go ahead.
The prey departeth not.
Now, that's the point I wanted. The prey departs not. Because we wonder, why can't we gather and do our own? Because we have a certain dependency level on them. We won't leave there with the thought process that they gave us. Listen, the way we think, the way we act and treat each other, like we always read Willie Lynch, things of that nature, we're given that mindset. So the mere fact of us doing for ourselves, the reason why we're demonized and we're ostracized and we're made to look like a hate group is because we're taking away from what they've been taught for centuries to depend on Esau.
Yeah, and that's heavy. That's heavy you say that, Cap, because Esau will make that statement. Why you niggers get up out of here and go back to Africa?
Right.
They don't really want you to
go to Africa.
They don't want you to go. Hell no.
They ain't finna clean up
Point
nothing.
blank and period.
Hey, can I back you up real quick, Cap? Just a quick one.
We got a call.
Oh, yes, sir.
Hey.
Because it's
the person got to wait.
Yeah.
Play this a little bit. Hey, who is this guy? Is the president?
That's the video from
That's
Captain
from
Messiah.
South Africa. He's one of the revolutionaries that is trying to get the white man out of South Africa and take back all their land.
Yeah, the one who's holding them rallies.
I listened to the whole video. This guy he makes some good point. Play some of what he said.
White farmers must stay in South Africa, but I won't beg them. I won't be on my knees begging white farmers to stay in South Africa. But they must stay. If they want to stay, they are more than welcome. Like all South Africans, there's nothing special about them. Nothing. To ask me about, do I see value in the white farmers in South Africa, is to ask me about white privilege. I'm not going to glorify it. I see value in all South Africans. White, black, Indian, coloreds. All of us, I value you. I want you to contribute in the growth of the economy. There's nothing special about white farmers. There's nothing special about white people. The sooner we do that away with that mentality, the better. I have no problem with white people at all. I have a problem with them being treated special. I have a problem with privilege. That's my problem. That when I say something, it's wrong. But when it gets to be said by a white person, it's right. I complained about Indians. and how they are treating our people. The same way an Indian former constitutional court judge says, when it is said by an Indian judge, it's not a problem. When it is said, because they've got a special place in heaven and we are all going to hell. I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. That when things are said by certain people of a different color, they are understood. But when I say them, or Dali says them, or any African says them, they are said by an African child who comes from a poor family, a child of a domestic worker. Who's he to tell us? Can't be told by these people. So no one is going to destroy any white farm. No white person is going to be killed or beaten up under the EFF government. It will never happen. But they will have to come down from the high horse and be here with us. What makes the hostility is the inability of our fellow white South Africans to reach out. They don't reach out. They actually create an impression that we are actually owing them an apology.
Hey, stop real quick. Hey, stop.
Not the other way.
Because he made a heavy point.
His name is Julius Malema.
Julius Malema made a heavy point in the beginning part when he said, there's nothing special about these white people.
No, there is not. They're the devil.
Yeah, he's the president of the Economic Freedom Fighters.
Yes. That's when you look at, and I know for time's sake, Isaiah 29:10 tells you the Lord has poured out that spirit of deep sleep upon us as a nation. All the other nations outside understand who this man is.
Yes.
But it's just us, Israel, like you were saying, Cap. We don't get it. You won't separate yourself from him. The other nations don't want nothing to do with him.
Yep.
Hey, you move in, they move out.
They move out, right.
Let me tell you something.
Damn.
I love this guy. I love this guy.
He's on it.
I listen to the whole thing. This guy right here, if every African leaders think like him, listen, telling you, he's still got
force to
problem.
reckon with, yeah.
If every African leader think like him and start united, he still got major problem. Because what he's saying is, if you continue playing the tape, he's saying white people act like we supposed to apologize to them for what they did to us. No.
Yeah.
That's what he said. He said, what, I'm supposed to apologize for what you did to me? No, you're supposed to come and beg me for apology. Not me apologizing to you. I know Esau hate this guy. And I pray one day every single black leader in Africa start thinking just like this guy.
Oh, they will.
Just like this guy.
The prophecy says they will.
Bring it out, Bishop.
Bishop, what's his name again? I'm sorry.
Julius Malema. Julius, president of the Economic Freedom Fighters. Get that in Isaiah 14. Here's the proof that it says, they that see thee. That's the proof.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1, you want, Bishop?
No, verse 16.
Verse 16.
This is what the nations are going to say regarding the so-called white man.
They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee.
When it says narrowly look upon, meaning they're going to start to examine this man and his history and what he's done in the earth. Go ahead.
And consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness, and destroy the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners?
Y'all see that? And then watch what the next part says.
All the kings of the nations, even all of them, lie in glory, every one in his own house.
Meaning what? All the kings of the nations are waiting for their opportunity to rule, to take this white man down. This is what the problem. This ain't hate speech. This is Bible talk.
Prophecy.
So that's what he said. You coming down off that high horse.
Yes.
You got to come down off that high horse.
That's what he's saying.
And it's telling you, is this the man? Because Christians is listening right now saying, he broke it down wrong. Let's talk about Satan. Shut up, black woman. Or black man. Shut the hell up.
That's right.
It says the man. This is about the white man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Hey, finish play this. I love this guy, man.
Around. We are I've never met a white person who says let's preach reconciliation. They don't preach reconciliation. The victims are the ones who are preaching reconciliation.
Right.
Victims, because who are begging. I'm not Cyril Ramaphosa, I don't beg them. I'll never beg them. They are going to stay here if they agree to be equal to black people. And I can tell you, my brother, I hear your accent. South African whites, they don't fear war. They don't fear blood. They don't fear any land taken from them. They know it will never happen. They fear equality. That's the only thing they are scared of.
Wait, pause that.
That they are going to be equal to.
He says the victims are the only ones that talk about reconciliation. And I know black people, we don't like to look at words. Reconciliation is the restoration of friendly relations. White people don't want friendly relations.
Nope.
Now, he's talking about equality. I want everybody to understand, in the world scheme of, there's no such thing as equality. If you got two opposing races, somebody must dominate and somebody must be subordinate to the other. You can't be equal. If there's a shortage of food, it's going to be every race for themselves.
They return right back.
Right. Go ahead.
Hey, what I love about this guy, because he make it clear, he said, listen, if the white people don't agree to what we're doing here, they're going to have to get the hell out.
Right.
That's what he's saying. That's what he's telling you. Say, listen, you guys have to go. That's the mindset every black leader should have.
You're not going to come in here pushing your
You're not going to come here pushing your ideas.
Politics.
No. You're going to submit to our laws or you got to go. That's it. That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Monkeys. That's the only thing they fear. They know this Malema, they've listened to my talks. They know even when they reported me to Human Rights Commission, there's nothing hate about what this guy is saying. They know that. My crime is to demand an equality. That's a crime I'm committing in this country. To demand that the white minorities must come down from their high horses and humble themselves and work with fellow South Africans. These Africans have got no problem with whites. Actually, they love them too much. Some of them hate me because they think I hate white people. Hey, this one is going to make whites go. This one. They hate me for that. That's how much they love white people.
Stop.
That's one of the reasons they hate us.
Yes, that's what I was to say. The Israelite community hate IUIC.
Because they think.
Yes, I said it. They hate IUIC because of the thing we're pushing.
Right.
Because we're pushing unity. We ain't pushing no them equality. We're pushing unity. Our people must be united.
All right.
Northern Kingdom and Southern Kingdom. And they hate our guts. That's why I see that little Edomite talking about, we a hate group. No, we ain't no hate group. We try to unify our people.
Right.
That's why they hate our guts.
And to another point of what he said Esau pretty much must humble themselves.
Right.
But Esau has lifted up in pride over all his years of
Yes.
leadership.
Right. That's the
So
point.
this is why it has to be God and Christ that's going to humble Esau.
That's right. That's
Listen, no land that you're in, because here's the thing, and I commend the brother on what he's saying, and I pray he's sincere and keeps that fire. But we know that all Esau has to do is start a coup.
Yeah. They could take
kill him and put one of their puppets in there and change the whole scenery. Then Esau's getting all kind of land, they're getting all kind of grants and rights of passage and things of that nature, like the what was that called again? The act, in 1836.
What, the land grab?
Yeah, what was it called though? It was called the Homestead Act. When they was just giving out land.
Right.
Like 1 million acres or something.
Cap, but the point is, remember, the devil thinks light years ahead. The coup and the person to overthrow his ass is already in the midst of him.
He's
already there.
He got a kufi on too.
Sitting right there.
Watch this. Get us Psalms 10 and 5. Because he wants the white man to humble himself. But like you were bringing out, the Bible says the pride of your heart has deceived you. Watch what God says here.
The book of Psalms, chapter 10 and verse 5. His ways are always grievous.
The ways of the white man are always grievous. Not sometimes, but always. Go ahead.
Thy judgments are far above out of his sight.
Right. He ain't thinking about God's judgments. Watch this.
As for all his enemies, he puffeth at them.
He puffs at his enemy. The white man, because he got power. He said, you can't do nothing to me. That's why he ain't really stressed with this guy. Look at chapter 12 and verse 5.
The book of Psalm, chapter 12, verse 5. For the oppression of the poor, for the sighing of the needy.
You know what it means to sigh? Because we always catching hell, right?
Now will I arise.
Now will God arise. Because this is what you were saying, Cap. Only God and Christ can bring this man down, the white man, right?
Says the Lord, I will set him in safety from him that puffeth at him.
Right, he gonna set us in safety from him that puffs at him. You know, when the puff, like you see a blowfish and they puff, they make themselves look bigger.
Like a balloon.
But the white man got power. He can puff at all his enemies. So you can't do nothing to me. You know?
Hey, what Captain Shemaiah said is true, because you remember what he said? He said, the African don't hate white people. He said, as a matter of fact, they hate me because they think I hate white people.
Yes.
Right. So Esau will use his same brothers to kill him.
Yes.
Remember, they did that already to one of those African leaders. What is his name? The one that, you say his name earlier.
Thomas Sankara.
Thomas Sankara. That's his best friend.
Right.
Esau pay him to kill him.
Yep.
Esau will do the same thing with this guy.
Yep. Exactly. Hey, they're gonna try to do the same thing with us too.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're gonna send agents in and all of that to try to.
Oh, they already send agents in. They already send agent in. Because listen, I know some of you sick and tired of we talk about this. What happened to us a year ago?
Yeah, exactly.
If they could have killed us and get away with it, believe me, they would. Listen, it's not let your guys look at the man word. His action. His action. If they could kill the brother and his all 13 kids, get away with it, they would do it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you straight. And they call themselves Israelite.
Yep.
Now, remember, the guy got 13 kids, right?
About Kanai.
Yes. The guy faced 15 years in jail, right? They didn't say nothing. As soon they dropped the case, now all everybody start separate themselves. Oh, we never hit him. Right. We never.
And you notice none of those Israelites ever repented.
No, none of them.
Bezalel, Mark Cairo never repented.
Yep.
Uzziah never repented.
Yep.
The black hacker, Mac, none of them went publicly and said, we asked for forgiveness for the evil we tried to do against Kanai. Not one. So they're not going to be forgiven. No. I'm telling you straight, God is not forgiving them, because if you're going to destroy someone publicly, when you repent, you better repent publicly.
That's
publicly.
right. Yep. That's what none of them.
That's right.
Now they're about to do concert. Now they're teaching online like they're righteous. Give me a break.
And you know what? The same goes for all of you that were trying to hold IUIC accountable.
Bring it out.
And have not held those men accountable for their evils either.
Yep.
Right. Where are your videos asking them for their repentance?
Yep.
Why where is that? But the whole Israelite community, that's why I love that statement. IUIC against the world.
Yep.
That's a true statement, because all of you sideline camps rallied with these devils.
Yep.
Swore by everything that, we knew IUIC was this and was that. None of you has been righteous enough or godly enough to say, you know what? I have not seen any proof to date from any of you men. Why have you not repented the same way that you tried?
No proof.
No
proof. Not zero proof.
Your God, the white man didn't see no damn fault.
Hey, that's because the drama of it all is more appealing than the apology of it.
That's exactly what
People want to see the drama portion. Oh, what he did? What? Retweet, repost, all of that. Somebody apologizing or something. There's nobody want to see that. Like
and you know
they don't
what?
care enough. You know,
that's a daggone Esau tactic.
But that shows that their main objective is the popular persuasion. They want to look a certain way on social media, to look a certain way to the people.
Because this is the thing. We always talk about Esau's this, Esau's that. What this guy is saying, the point is what we try to show you is that our own people call themselves Israelite is doing that to us right now. I'm telling you. Because you know the scripture in Matthew chapter 24. I love when Christ talk about how they're going to kill some of you. It's your own people's going to do it. I know some of you thinking, oh yeah, Esau's going to do it. No.
Want me to read it for you, D?
No. Matthew 24 is your own people who's going to do it. I'm telling y'all, if they could have get away, they would have poisoned each and every one of us. Right. If they could have got away with it.
Hey, they worried about concentration camps.
No,
camps.
Stop.
In Walmart. No, the Negro sitting next to you.
Yes,
is who you got to look out for.
Yes, that's who you got to look out for. Christ is telling you, Matthew 24 is telling you you say Negro, I'm going to say the nigger.
The black.
The black dusty nigger.
Nigga, please.
He's the one who's going to do this to you in Matthew 24. Right. Mark my word. Yeah, I'm telling you right now.
When Uzziah and them went to Kanai's house to bring out all his furniture as the cop was sitting there and they had him arrested. But before they arrest, they called the landlord to say that Kanai destroyed the house. You got to evict him. The white landlord went to the house, saw his children sleeping on the floor, felt sorry for him, and said, you know what? Y'all been messed with enough. Y'all could just stay here. I'm not going to do nothing. Wow. The white man had more compassion on that man than these black, ashy ass devils. And I'm talking about Uzziah, Mac Thomas, Weasel. I'm giving you their names. That's them.
Kazalakia, his wife, all of them. The devil the Bible speaks of. They are the demon. Telling y'all.
Hey, can we back that? Because, Bishop, we could back that scripturally because it happened to Christ.
Right.
Can we let's get that Luke 20 and 20. Luke 20 and 20. Because we'll tell you, brothers, just like leadership is saying, we'll tell y'all, but you're like, there's nothing new under the sun.
I know. Some of you waiting. Oh, yeah. Is this what's going to do this to us? Is this what's going to do that to us? No, it's not. Okay. No, it's not.
The book of Luke, chapter 20, verse 20.
And you can read up. It's going into what the chief priests and the scribes were doing. Go ahead.
And they watched him.
And they did what?
And they watched him.
Come on.
And sent forth spies, which should feign themselves just men.
You see that? The same ones that be around you, acting like just men. Talking about, who do you want to hear preach? What did he say, Bishop? Who do you want to hear preach? Me?
Or that was Jamal Miles.
Right, Jamal Miles. Thank you, Ty.
Yeah, thank you, Ty.
Claiming they're just men. But at the end of the day, you got one that's a tape recorder, the human tape recorder, Weasel Leo. Okay? You have one that has a Ponzi scheme running in the midst of the congregation. Right. Jamal Miles. Jamal Miles. Yeah. And who else? The
Black Hacker.
The Black Hacker.
Black Hacker.
You understand? Spies. The Bible records that they're spies. So the same thing that took place back then is the same thing going on now.
You know what's funny to what Deacon just mentioned. These same men act super righteous.
They feign themselves just men.
That's the thing. But here's the point about those men who are claim to be righteous, but we know what their real agenda is to be spies. They never, how can I word it? You know what? I'm gonna hold that thought for a second.
Hey, give me Matthew 24, verse 9. I'm going to show you something.
Matthew.
Oh, there's more to that scripture?
It's all right, but God.
Matthew chapter 24 and verse 9.
I just want the first part of that verse.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted.
Stop.
That's it.
Listen. Y'all guys stop playing game with the scriptures.
That's it.
Who delivered Christ?
His own people.
Israel.
Who do you think is going to deliver you? To be killed.
Pharisees.
To go to jail. It's your own people. Let me listen. Stop playing game. We all know no Israel. Well, I think only one Israelite can accept Esau in the building, right? Every camp don't accept Esau in the building. So how Esau's going to deliver you if you don't? Esau don't come around us and worshiping with us. We don't allow that. So who do you think is going to come and spy to deliver you to Esau? Who do you think is going to do it? It's your own brothers.
Hey, Dick,
so some of you stop playing game talking about, oh yeah, that's talking about Esau. No. Who delivered Christ? Is it Esau come and take Christ?
Right.
Who delivered Christ? What is wrong with you?
And
they deliver Christ to be killed. So what do you think is going to happen? Same way that Christ's own people deliver him. So the same way our own people, our own brothers and sisters going to deliver us to be killed because they're in love with Esau.
That's right.
And that's what Julius Malema is saying.
That's what he's saying.
That's what he's saying in this clip.
That's exactly what he's saying. So the point is what the brothers say, hey, African hate me because they think I hate white people.
Right.
That's what he's saying.
Hey, Deacon.
You know what though? Paul in Acts 26 knew that Agrippa would have more compassion
Yep.
on him.
Right.
The Edomite will have more compassion. It's like Bishop just mentioned. Esau had more compassion on our people than our own people did. And like you said, it's history just repeating itself.
Right.
Paul petitioned to go see Agrippa because our people don't have compassion on one another.
Hey,
Later
Cap,
he
no
appealed
mercy,
to Caesar.
no mercy.
Yep.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Hey, Cap, what's so heavy is the damn devil, when they went to this brother's house, had more compassion because they tried to take everything.
Yeah.
But the point that I wanted out of that in Luke, for time's sake, it says, let me see, it says, they would feign themselves just men that they might take hold of his words, that so they might deliver him unto the power and authority of the government.
You hear that thing?
That's going, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Going right back for their puppets, as we just said. And that's why, Bishop, you said it, the deacons have said it. When you brothers teach, speak the things that come from the Bible. That's right. Because Christ told you, Luke 21:15 said, I will give you a mouth and wisdom that none of your adversaries can gainsay nor resist.
Exactly.
When you start speaking contrary to what God says, then you have a problem. That's why you're all in the damn media. Now they got you. They got you by the balls. Speak the things that God said.
Work balls.
Literally.
Hey,
What's the video?
yeah, hey, you gotta finish play this. I know it's 12 o'clock, but we gotta finish play this, man. This guy right there.
They are prepared to sacrifice their own brother in protection of white people.
Damn.
That's how
Hey, hold on. Back it up a little bit.
Nah, you can't let that
You cannot let that slide.
Auto tune on that.
Yeah, play it again.
I think I hate white people. Hey, this one is going to make whites go. This one. They hate me for that. That's how much they love white people. They are prepared to sacrifice their own brother in protection of white people.
Stop.
That's how much they love them.
Stop it.
Hey, Deke, that's why I wanted to read verse 10 for you in Matthew 24. It says, and then shall many be offended and shall betray one another and shall hate one another.
Dang. So to protect white supremacy,
right?
To protect Esau's agenda, you are ready to sacrifice your own brothers who you went to war with, you broke bread with, our children played together.
Yes.
You're telling me none of that means anything over white supremacy.
Right. No. Hey, Cap, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna bring this back again.
Oh,
you got Mark Thomas, you got
Mark
Carroll, you got Kazalakia,
Ryan Pickett,
their wife, their children, they show up at the man's house to took his furniture. Not one of them, all of them say they're righteous, all of them say they're Israelite. Not one of them have the mercy to say, listen, do not take the children's furniture. You can take, but they leave the bed for the kids. We talking, bro, their kids play together.
Yeah.
These men, there was in this man's house almost every day, eating, drinking with them.
And they kind of had little babies, 3-year-olds,
little babies,
5-year-olds.
Yes,
had to sleep on the floor.
They have to sleep in the floor. These men took every single furniture out of the men's house.
Hey, the kids was probably calling you uncle at one point.
Yes.
Yeah, they were.
And these babies is sleeping in the cold floor. None of them have the compassion to say, hey, I don't think we should do this. Bro, it was so bad, they took his baby food out of the refrigerator, throw it on the floor and take the fridge.
Yep.
And you talk about these men righteous? Listen, Israel, listen, some of you make me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
I'm telling you straight. These men, they never repent for that. Never. They never repent. Now they got the nerve to be online teaching about the Bible. Listen, you the devil the Bible speaks.
That's right. Didn't Esau throw the case out?
Yes.
And nobody repented or
No,
apologized?
nobody apologized. Nobody repented.
Bishop, that's why I said they're God, the white man. Going right back to Acts with Paul said, hey, I don't see no fault in this man.
How can you teach the Bible and give someone else counsel on how to handle that type of situation when you yourself didn't handle it
Yes.
that way?
That's what these African brothers saying. He said they willing to sacrifice their own brother to protect the white man. Guess what? The same thing with these niggers. The same thing.
Donkeys.
Christ said that. He said he'll deliver you to the magistrate,
Niggas,
and
they
to
are.
the jailer, and he gonna do that to you.
Niggas,
Your
they
own
are.
people
Niggas, they will be.
Gonna deliver you to the jailer. He
Yep.
gonna deliver you to the.
Go ahead.
No problem with it. Is white people who have a problem with Africans. They do not see themselves being at the same level with Africans. And it's not only the white farmers, it's not the white managers in the newsrooms, it's not the white editors only. Go to the Supreme Court of Appeal in the judiciary. I sit in the JSC there. How the white judges in the Supreme Court of Appeal look down at their colleagues at the highest level of educated whites. Don't think it's just a child of a farmer who has a problem with black people. An educated white judge at the highest level has got a problem with an educated and over-educated African judge. When they write a judgment, they ridicule the judgments of Africans. When an African or a colored wants to make a reference to the best reported judgment of an African, they say, no, don't use that. Use this one. They give you an alternative white reported judgment at the highest, second highest court. That's how difficult it is. Damn. Our black brothers have got no problem with white people. White people have got problem with us.
That's it.
No one is good. No one.
That's true. So it's true. Just like we said here in IUIC, we got no problem with white people, but we're going to unite our people.
Yep.
We're going to unite our people. We're not going to allow white people in our congregation. Nope. We're going to do what the Bible said. We're going to unite our people. We're going to try to do for ourselves. That's the goal of IUIC. Right. Do for ourselves. Stop depending on other people's to do for you. When you're going to do for yourself. And people is going to hate us for it. They already do. People is going to try to kill us, take us down. They already do.
Hey, the scriptures say, gather yourselves together, O nation not desired. It don't say gather everyone together.
No.
And it's specific like that for a reason.
And guess what? If we say we follow the Bible, then guess what? Everybody need to know we follow Romans 12 and 18. We're going to live peaceably as with lie within us. We're going to live peaceably with all men. Exactly. But we're going to do what these scriptures tell us to do.
Yeah. That's right.
And if that means separating ourselves from y'all, then guess what? We're going to separate it from y'all. Boy, ain't nobody finna do nothing to y'all. We're going to live peaceably. We're going to keep these commandments, and you ain't got to worry about us.
That's it. Cap, what else you got?
Yeah, that's it.
That's on you.
That's it. Yeah,
Go ahead,
officer.
Cap, what else you got?
No, that's
we have
that's it.
What is that?
No, he has it.
Oh, yeah. We have a school here in Metro Atlanta, 691
Riverdale.
691 Highway 138 in Riverdale, Georgia, 30274. We have classes Saturday starting at 12:30 p.m. and also 4 o'clock if you want to catch the later evening class. We have an IUIC podcast where you can download, rate, and share videos. We also have online classes at www.israelunite.org. 7 days a week, 3 times a day, and that's for the free, okay? That's for the free ski. You ain't got to pay nothing. You ain't got to send no time money in for the free ski. That's the,
It's like Finanaya.
To also for the young folks, they know free ski. If you like to donate, you can donate to IUIC at israelunite.org/donations. If you want to donate to the Booster Club and continue to help the prophets travel to the four corners, IUIC.fundraising@israelunite.org via PayPal. Also, if you want to donate to Patient Saints Radio as we continue to make improvements to the show, you can do so, IUIC.atlanta@israelunite.org.
Right. Oh, boy. Thank you, Solomon. We appreciate you, bro.
What a phrase, Skate.
We want to thank our brothers, sisters behind the scene. Officer Elisha, Officer Kidan, Officer Johanan, Soldier, who we got back there? Oh, Officer Elwad, Officer Malachi, Soldier Kenanaya,
Adino,
Soldier Adino, Officer Arel.
Yeah, he knew.
All right, officer. Hey, which sisters provide breakfast for us this morning, Cap?
You know, I can't. I got here a little late, so I just I keep forgetting. From
So
the
your
house,
guys
house
eating the sister food?
Oh,
you don't
Sister
even know,
Ava.
You don't remember her name?
Sister Ava from the House of Soldier. Samuel.
Sister, your wife, Sister LaShawn. Yeah, Sister LaShawn from the House of Officer Carmela.
And then Sister Basia from House of Soldier Joseph.
That's it.
There was another sister here. I just don't remember her name.
Yeah, the training sisters. I forgot.
You see, Israel. These brothers eating the sisters' food, but they forget their name. You see that
Hey,
thing?
Big, what we got to do is
Kayla?
at the beginning of
Sister
before
Kay-
we
Sister Kayla was
start
here
the
too,
show,
yes.
we got to get the list of names so we have them with us so we don't make any mistakes.
Because you know what happened to me
You
when
didn't
I
think
said,
about that before
when
you
I,
eat the
when I
food,
said
huh?
the wrong name and the sister yelled it out from the other side of the wall. So
Yeah.
I'm still traumatized by that.
That's how we make improvements to the show. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. The brothers, the sisters online, we want to thank you for continue supporting us, for continue listen to us every Sunday. Thank you for letting us in your how to say it, in your home every Sunday morning.
On your iPhone.
Thanks to all the truck drivers that called in.
Yes, yes. Thank you for all the callers, and we want to thank our special guest, Officer Johan. Thank you for showing up, bro. Appreciate you.
Shout out to all the truck stops.
Also, we want to say, we want to take this time to say goodbye to our brother, who been with us for a while. Today's his last days. He's retiring.
Can I get one last country word?
Today's his last days retiring. Officer Kamala is retiring after today. Okay. Kamala, you've been with us for a long time, man. We appreciate you.
It's like what the company's called a forced outing, a forced retirement.
The company's going in a different direction.
We appreciate all your input. We appreciate what you put in this show, but it's time for retirement.
Oh, damn.
We want to thank you, Kamala. It was an honor. It was a pleasure.
And don't expect a severance.
No
package.
severance.
He wasn't fired. He just decided to move on.
Yes. What's the country word of the day? What's the country word?
What is the country word, Kamala? You want to give us the last country before you go?
Yeah, I guess so.
Tired.
The grand finale. Come on, bro.
We learned here on Patient Saints that truck drivers don't wash that often.
Hey, your ass going for real.
that Africans love white people more than they like themselves. And we learned that Kamala's getting fired. Today's last word is Poterby.
Supposed to be.
Poterby.
No,
Poterby.
Poterby.
Yeah, I'm supposed to be giving country words of the day, but I just got fired.
I Poterby. I tell you. But you ain't spell it like you normally do. You supposed to spell it.
You know, it's a force outing.
Israel, I'm just joking, man. He ain't going nowhere. This boy ain't going nowhere. I'm just joking.
Well, you should at least scared fire them. bring him back after 2 weeks.
I got that one already.
Oh yeah, you did just that.
Hey, what about me, Dick? I ain't going nowhere either.
We want to also thank our other special guest, Officer Solomon. Thank you.
Damn.
I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
You give Solomon a chance. He just screw it up.
Lord willing, keep Officer keep Captain Amazon in your prayer and Captain Barnabas. I think Barnabas is in Alabama.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Barnabas is helping with the Alabama congregation, setting up stuff, fixing things for them over there. And Captain Amazon is in he's in Dolly, Philly.
He's in vacation in Philly.
He's on vacation in Philly. Who the hell go on vacation in Philly? That's the most dolliest place in America.
Islams.
Oh yeah, Sunni Muslims go there for vacation.
Philly is filthy. Hey, Philly is actually dolly than Brooklyn.
Yes, I agree.
Oh,
yes.
Y'all done offended Philly.
Oh boy, there's an offended Philly calling.
Yes, Philly. Yes, I used to go to Philly when I was younger all the time. Philly is it's dirty. It's dirty than New York.
Oh man,
I've never been. I don't want to go now.
Philly is filthy, bro. Is that a phone call? Did Israel know that we about to get off the air?
Filthy Philly.
Israel always late, bro. No.
Hey, shout out to the Philly camp, man.
It's probably Cap calling in.
Aiton and Captain Joel over there.
Captain Joel. Officer Laquat Matat.
Yeah, I know they tried to clean over there,
Officer
but
Hygiene.
Bro,
shout out to y'all.
You cannot clean what filthy.
He on the phone like that's his girl or something.
Hey man, we ain't waiting for Malachi.
Babe, I told you stop calling.
The Israel, before we go, support the Booster Club. Support the Booster Club. It's very, very, very important you support the Booster Club. Because without the Booster Club, we cannot go nowhere. All praise to Mosai. Mosai put in the bishop's spirit to travel to Africa, to travel all over the world, to push this gospel.
Right.
And Bishop was only able to do it because of your support. So please, please, please support the Booster Club. We cannot do it without y'all. That's why we said, listen, remember that sister and what is that? When she donate, she give a
penny.
Oh, a penny. And Christ said, what is Christ said? Christ said, you see that lady right there? She give all she have. Don't ever think $1, $2, $5 is not make a difference. It's make a difference. It's make a big difference. If keep in mind, if one person give $1, it means nothing. But if 1,000 people give $1,
right,
it means something. You guys know where I'm going with this, right?
Right.
That's go back to what? That's go back to unity.
Right.
Let's go back to unity. All right. Support us. We love you. What else? Anything else?
I can go to Africa.
No.
Oh, okay.
No. That's a hell. As a matter of fact, that's a hell no.
I tried to ask in front of Bishop. Hope I get
no.
some sweat.
Hell no.
Passion.
Yeah. We ain't going to no damn Africa.
All right.
The only place you're going to go is here in Alabama. That's it.
Hey, they won't even let me go to Alabama.
Hey, you can only go to the country places where they understand you.
That's it.
Bro.
No. Hell no. All praise. All right, Israel, with that, we say shalom.
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 We need to preach the truth. Our people have no idea what the truth is. That's why we're out here, to give you the truth. Psalms chapter 119, verse 142. Read. Psalms chapter 119 and verse 142. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy love is the truth. Preach the truth.